All right, Shalom. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. All blessings, glory, and honor be unto YAHAWASHI. All right, and double honors to the apostles and the elder bishop of the great millstone towards the truth. We back out here again on another Saturday to prophesy the downfall and destruction of America, according to the scriptures, and we in the time of prophecy. So, Lord willing, what I'm gonna do too is we're gonna do some articles, Lord willing. Go into some articles. Get on Isaiah the 42nd chapter and around like 19 where it says the former things. Get that? And I'm gonna read this real quick. This is an article that came up from the CNBC, and it says this is published. What's today? The 11th? Yeah, today. This is today. It says the world will face a severe food crisis and famine. Zelensky says. All right. Now we in the time of famine. According to the scriptures, we are in the time of famine. And here it is, the prophets of the Lord been saying that famine is coming to America, but now you have the regular news telling you that, man. How many people are aware that famine is coming to America? That's the big question. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if these people really knew, I highly doubt they'll be conducting themselves the way they are. If they really cared, they won't be conducting the way they are. Here we are in so-called Pride Month. All right, where a lot of wickedness is gonna, continue to persist. All right, and this devil is gonna allow it to happen. That's why the Lord, according to the scriptures, is gonna have to bring this place down. So you got that?
Isaiah chapter 42, verse 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare.
Right, the former things as it is written. Habakkuk the 2nd chapter. All right, at the end it shall speak, write the vision and make it plain on table. So the things are written aforetime that were ordained to come to pass at that time already took place. For example, the flood. All right, the 400 years of the children of Israel dwelling in the land of Egypt. All right, that was foretold to Abraham. Many different prophecies, major prophecies that took place. Different captivities. The statue in Daniel, the gold, the head of gold, the Babylonians, the Medo-Persian, the Greeks, the Romans. We're in the time of the last leg of this society, of the statue. All right, the feet and the 10 toes. So that's the one. That's the part of it that's about to be made manifest in these times. So read that again.
Isaiah 42, verse 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare.
Right, new things do I declare. So new things are being declared. What's one of the new things that's being declared that hadn't happened yet? The fall of Babylon. All right, it's already written. And it's written for a particular time for it to actually happen. But the fall of Babylon in America is written, all right, and it's going to happen according to the scriptures. And we living in that time. Go ahead.
Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Right, so before they happen, before they spring forth, the Lord tells it to the prophets. That's Amos 3 and 7. Somebody can get that real quick. Yup, go ahead, brother.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 9.
Okay.
It says,
3 and 7.
3 and 7. It says, sure the Lord Yahawah will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
Right, so the Lord does what? Reveal his secret to the servants, the prophets. It tells you that in Hebrews the 1st chapter, 1 and 1. Luke 1 and 7. Many various scriptures where the Lord speaks to his prophets sundry times, or be times, meaning many times, so on and so forth. And it's no different in the latter days. The Lord told John the Revelator, all right, a major prophet as far as prophecies to come in his future, that he will have to come before in these last days and stand in his lot. Same thing he told Daniel. All right? So why are they coming back in their lot? Because some of the things they spoke about didn't happen at that time, but it's happening now. And they have the understanding and the prophecy and the mystery to decode it, so to speak. All right? And that's how, if you understand reincarnation, which you should, if you watch us, that's why we're able to break this down. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 62, verse 6.
Yep.
I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night.
Right, and we're the watchmen. All right, we're the watchmen. Pursuing Ezekiel the 33rd chapter. Also the 3rd chapter where it talks about setting up a watchman upon thy wall or for thy coast. All right, and the job of a watchman is to watch for danger. Watch for trouble. Watch for the enemy. Watch for anything outside of the gate. All right. Now we are letting you know that the enemy is about to come and infiltrate within the gates of Jerusalem, so to speak. All right. We're blowing the trumpet. So get it?
Right. Ye that make mention of the Lord Yahawah, keep not silent.
Right, so if you're making mention of the Lord, Yahawah, well, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWAH, keep not silent. Because once you know them names, you're obligated to teach. All right, because now you know the truth. And now that light is given unto you, what are you going to do with that light, man? The scriptures refer to it as a talent, money. What are you going to do with the Lord's money now that you know the true names, your biblical identity, who the enemy is? That's why our job, according to scripture, says, the Lord set up watchmen that would not hold their peace. That's why brothers are constantly making videos, doing shows, diligently out on the highways and byways every week, week in and week out, and conducting in godly conversation. Go ahead.
And give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
Right, and who's going to make Jerusalem a praise in the earth, establish Jerusalem? YAHAWASHI. YAHAWASHI. So we ought to do this. We ought to keep complaining to the Heavenly Father, man, through his only begotten Son. Keep praying unto him. All right? Keep nagging at him. That's what the Lord wants. Keep pushing these videos out. Although some may say it's redundant, but guess what? Prophecies don't change. The prophecies don't change. You know when the men of the Lord are going to stop prophesying? When the prophecies are happening. When they happen, that's when the prophecies are going to cease from being spoken. Because at that point, there's no longer prophesying. You're stating the obvious. All right? That's pursuing Amos. What is it? The 9th chapter? Got it? Okay, get it then.
Amos chapter 8.
You want to get it? Go, bro. You got it.
All right, come. Isaiah 55, verse 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void.
Right, so the word of the Lord does not go out void, meaning it is not empty. Every word that comes out of the mouth of the men of the Lord, it reaches its destination. It does what it's supposed to do. All right, whether, like the scripture said, whether they hear or forbid. Because if everybody that passes us ignores, guess what? They're condemning their own souls. And according to the scriptures, we're washing the blood off of our hands. So the word is accomplishing what it's supposed to do, regardless if they take heed or not. That's why the most important thing and the only thing to do is prophesy, man. You can't go wrong with just keeping it prophetic. Yeah, bro.
But it shall accomplish that which I please.
Right. So whatever it was commanded to be accomplished with the brother, with us out here in the highways and byways, putting this video up on YouTube, speaking, teaching, and preaching, is going to serve its purpose. All right, because real soon, all right, the brother got the scripture, but real soon this word won't be found. And that's when people are going to realize how precious and glorious this thing was. They're going to be like, with them guys that was on the corner telling us about the end of the world. That's how it's going to be. Whether they know where the Hebrew Israelites or not, by now everybody should know. But they're going to be like, yo, where those guys at? They was telling us about the end of the world. They was telling us about famine and martial law. Now, now I don't know what to do. The news is lying to us. The government is lying to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now that's when they're going to try to seek the word of the Lord, man. Yeah.
And it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
That's it. So the word of the Lord will prevail. Point blank, period. And we see it happen, bro. Yeah. We see it. And that is, bro, it's beautiful, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To hear these things, bro.
That's right.
Because these are the things that the prophets have inquired about. Why? Because, see, when the prophet came with bad news, of course it was bad for the whole kingdom. But the difference now is that the Lord is coming back right behind it, man. And we know that this is what YAHAWASHI said would take place right before he makes his return. To the very T, bro. From point A to B. You know, Matthew 24 chapter tells you everything, bro. And through the Spirit, I did a video, everything that the Lord said, I went to an article and matched it. I cross-matched each and everything that he said, man. So, hey, let the word of the Lord be true and every man alive.
Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahawah, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahawah.
Right, so the time is coming, which that's twofold, because guess what? There is going to be actual famine of bread. And we're in it. The scriptures tell you that the Lord is going to break the staff of bread, man. All right, in the midst of Egypt. Roughly paraphrasing, but the Lord is about to do both. All right? And hey, however, whichever order it comes, they're both lining up right behind each other, man.
Right.
Like, we see this happening both simultaneously, because when this collapse happens, you best believe it's going to be a great fall, man. And everything is just lining up, like lining up perfectly. This summer, they're warning about how, what is it, Department of Homeland Security. They said this summer that they're going to be on high alert because there's going to be more sedition. There's going to be more chaos, riots. Why? Because of everything that this man is setting up. High gas prices, high food prices, lack of food, lack of baby formula. And that could have been a test run too. Because watch when they do announce there's shortages like on food that everybody needs, not just babies. Because babies could eat, realistically, they can eat what adults can eat, get by. I'm talking about like beans, you can smash it up and get them puree or whatever. But how can an adult survive with baby formula? You know what I'm saying? So when this thing gets announced, bro, it's gonna be chaotic in society. On top, a couple with a blackout, and all of a sudden, in the news, they saying the hurricane season is gonna be more severe than any other year. Like how they just predicting this shit? Because they're the ones doing it, man. And we know that. The HAARP, all right, program, okay, or HARP, the HAARP program, man. You know, they saying the heat waves are gonna be more severe. But you know what? That proves that the man apostle taught as a prophet. The year of YAHAWASHI turning up. The Lord is literally turning up everything. Everything is gonna be above average. Right. Gas turned up, food prices turned up, you know, cost of living turned up. The brothers turned up in the spirit. Esau's turning up. Talking about some WEF meeting and shit. We in that time, man. No doubt about it.
And what they're doing, the brothers out there in Dallas, I brought this out last night at camp about, you know, what they're doing is they're orchestrating a mass food shortage, all right, which in the scriptures, the brothers brought it out, you know what I'm saying, they called it, it's called a murrain, which is a killing off of, you know, a dying off of a lot of cattle, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, farm animals and whatnot. And the brother sent it in the chat. I was gonna bring it up being that I'm talking about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is what the murrain is talking about, man.
No, just to mention. Yeah. The Lord talked about slaying the beasts and all that, because guess what? Now they're gonna call them animals because of lack of grain. Right, they gonna die, bro. Yeah. They gonna die. The grain and the corn and the artificial shit that they was feeding them is gone. So they gonna suffer because of that. And you know what? They gonna slaughter them. Shalom, bro. You know, they gonna slaughter them because of that, man.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. I was coming too. We don't understand, so we gotta wait.
All right.
Yeah, we get combo.
Yeah, we talking about this orchestration of, you know, the food shortage that the so-called white man's doing, and I got food fear. Some of it is being engineered. A lot of it, and all of this is like from May from April into May. All right. Now, just to name a few.
Oh, that's the list. Okay.
Yeah, it's the list. Just to name a few, 118,900 turkeys destroyed in Minnesota. Then on the 7th of May, 20,100 turkeys destroyed in Wisconsin. Then you got 72,300 chickens destroyed in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Then you got 61,000 ducks, which you're not supposed to be eating ducks, but nonetheless. All right. Then you got 35,100 turkeys destroyed in Michigan. Yeah, and it keeps going on, brother. And then you got 10,500 turkeys destroyed in another place in Wisconsin. Then you got 83,400 ducks, right? 7,900 chickens, all right? And 200,000 chickens in Minnesota. They doing a lot, man.
And some of our so-called accidents.
Right.
Like
right.
Accident
at the what you call it? One of those Michigan.
One of the plants, whatever.
Yeah, one of them plants, man.
And they said, oh, it was
General
so,
Mills.
fire was so great, we couldn't stop it.
No.
But all the stuff you were listing, percentage of those are so-called accidents. How these accidents can happen in a few months?
Yeah, bro. It's like over 2 months.
It's over 2 months, all these accidents.
And then the American people, they see that they're not up on that type of news, man. They ain't worried about that, bro. They worried about playoffs and this court case and that court case, while all of this shit is still being presented. Like, remember we was talking in the car the other day, These niggas purposely set up their own demise with the algorithms they search for shit. So they will never get news alerts, bro. Unless it's some NBA playoff shit. You know, but us being constantly just searching up certain things, it'll pop up. Through the Spirit, the Lord allowed it to pop up.
Either dumping some dairy also, like some milk.
Yeah.
I mean, I get like tons of milk.
Yeah, I got something. You got what you got, bro?
Ezekiel chapter 5, verse 16. It says, when I shall send upon them evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread.
Beautiful. You got it.
Yeah, so the Lord's going to send evil arrows of famine upon this world, man, and particularly upon the land of America, Babylon the Great, because the Lord said, suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall be found empty. Why? Because of famine. This is the lack of bread.
Yeah, and I got a precept for that. It's Ezekiel 14:12. It reads, the word of the Lord came again to me, saying, Son of man, when the land sinneth against me by trespassing grievously, then will I stretch out my hand upon it, and will break the staff of bread thereof, and will send famine upon it, and it will cut off man and beast from it. Is not man and beast being cut off right now? Well, the beast is being cut off right now. All right? Which you see, that's the beauty of how the Lord works, bro. Everything he said prophetically, he using Esau to bring his shit forth, man. The Lord is literally using this man to do it. That proved what David said, deliver me from the wicked, which is thy sword. So when the sword comes, you best believe the Lord is using this damn devil as a puppet behind it, man. You know? So the beast being slain because of hunger, orchestrated hunger, whatever, it's happening. And you know what's gonna happen behind that? It's gonna be a giant hiccup here in Babylon, where people are gonna feel the effect of all the things that's been taking place. They ain't feeling it yet because anybody can still go out and get a Starbucks, Chipotle, or whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? But it's about to get dire. And I got another article, but whoever got a precept, you got it.
I got something. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none.
That's right.
Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall he seek a vision of the prophet, but the Lord shall perish from the priest, and counsel from the ancients.
Right. That ties right into Amos 8th chapter. The famine of hearing the Lord, the word of the Lord. So we definitely, this is famine season. And there's an article that popped up from the news break. It says Pennsylvania to face prolonged food shortages. And it says, and this today, it says, many Americans would be surprised to hear that some of the states face prolonged food shortages and supply chains. Rich, why would they be surprised? We ain't surprised, bro. Why ain't surprised? Because they was never watching, man. They weren't watching, neither did they care. So this thing is going to get them off guard.
I got one line here.
All right.
It says, little fact, it says the world's farmers produce enough food to feed 1.5 times the global population. That's enough to feed 10 billion people. We are at somewhat 7.6 billion. This is from the 2018. Now it says we're close to 9, but still, it still beats that number. Despite this excess hunger still exists. So I remember, I forget, I was trying to look it up, but like if everybody were to create their own little farm, I think they even gave a mention, like a 10 by 10 little farm to make for yourself. Right. Everybody would be eating. Like, that'd be enough to feed your family. And you keep, growing food for yourself.
That's the size of Texas.
Oh, was that the catch?
Yeah.
The size of Texas?
Yeah.
And it'll be enough to feed the whole
population of 7 billion, right?
Yeah.
You can fit everybody in the state of Texas or Alaska. Right. Hey. And if every person had the measurement of their own land where they can grow their own crops, so that basically that would just set to debunk the whole theory of this world being overpopulated.
Right.
Yeah. Right, and them having to, and their agenda of having to cut the number down to 500 million. 500 million. Which is bullshit. This planet isn't overpopulated. That's just something that they want to do because that's part of their agenda. They want to, number one, get rid of the nation of Israel. have two classes, super rich and then the poor. The poor on the 888 circle.
Yeah, exactly.
See?
It just dawned on me too, because Pastor shared that clip. We saw that clip a while ago, but put it out again. Remember, but that Nigerian woman talking about
How
basically a man, which is the word man or husband, is a plain person. So we're liking on to see the same.
Later. Hold on to it.
And so it kind of ties in. I'm just thinking when we're saying
Yo, bro.
that basically a man produces 120 million sperm cells a day, right? Just in one day. Times that by 30, I don't want my head to explode. That's probably the billions, all right? A fucking bitch, she has one egg a month. Let alone, it doesn't even have instructions of the baby anyway, whatever they go there. Just one egg a month compared to a billion something sperm cells a month, right? So, and then furthermore, the point is that basically 30 men on the population can impregnate every woman on earth. 30 men.
You know what? I think a Hamite woman bought that out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was
Yeah, that's the chick. She a Jake though.
Yeah.
Jake woman, yeah.
And I remember a brother shared on the chat like a while ago. I don't know where I saw that. And I was like, oh, that was, we know, but I was like, damn, the way she broke it down. You know? Natural polygamy. Yeah, you know? So I'm thinking that too, like we have the seeds. We're husbands. We're planters. And, if you have enough seeds, you put any seed anywhere on earth. So we're liking on to the seeds, and the earth is the woman. You don't need that many seeds to feed the woman. So this whole brothers going into it's all being engineered, and we know it's at the perfect time to put this information out to the masses because of one thing: people are fucking stupid to buy it. Because that's one thing about the NWO, about the Edomites. They're going to push in their agenda when the masses are when the masses believe everything they believe is a lie, and their level of intelligence is at an all-time low. And this is the time now. So they can say anything they want to you, and you're going to believe it. Just as far as you getting sick, the mask in your face is the capping of your stupidity. So they can say anything right now. Like they had I joke around. They had someone made a chart of a sneeze, right? And they were breaking down how a sneeze is compared to what? Like a bomb, a nuclear bomb, giving out disease. So they broke it down, you know what I mean?
That's ridiculous.
But you're so stupid, you're gonna buy it, man.
Wow.
So anyway,
It's just a simple belief in every word.
well, there you go. That's why you can get that. I know too. As you get closer, after that, Proverbs 7:5. Because this is why.
Oh shit, dude. Sneezes are like mini atomic bomb blasts. What? Sneezes are like mini atomic bombs blasting over 2 meters. Scientists warn.
Wow. Yep.
Get out of here.
But people have been believing that's true.
According to scientists, the indiscernible microparticles ejected in any cough or sneeze could be traveling much farther than we think, and far beyond the limits set by physical distancing requirements. Well, whatever. But this is part of the Budweiser virus, bullshit lies. Yeah, the population thing. So this is just more fear mongering.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 15. The simple believeth every word.
Who's this? The world, man. Right? Especially you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are simple as hell. Right? The so-called white man told you that he was God. You believed it. You're in the damn churches, every goddamn where on the planet. All right? Believing that God and his son, his name is Jesus Christ. They look like so-called white men. You believe every word that comes out of this damn devil's mouth, man. All right? And guess who this devil is? The Edomites. And what does devil mean? Deceiver, a liar, slanderer, right? You believe everything this goddamn Edomite says, man. Go ahead.
The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going.
And we're the prudent men that are looking well to our going. Because what are we doing? We're filtering everything through the words of YAHAWASHI, which is the truth.
Yeah.
You know? Which is the truth. You see? You got truth and you got lies. You know what I mean? We have the truth filtered through the scriptures. But the world, what did the world have? The world has lies, man. All right? And that's why everything in this society, all right, is going in the direction that it's going. Because people believe in lies.
Yep.
You people, especially on the sign, you believe in lies, man. You believe in, you want to hear smooth things. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to hear about the prophecies that the Most High God, all right, set out for the wicked that the Bible speaks of, which is destruction, man. Okay?
I got this is what you were saying. This is one of my favorite scriptures too. On that. This is Proverbs chapter 17, verse 4. It reads, a wicked doer giveth heed to false lips.
A wicked doer, which is these people, that's beautiful right there. That makes me think about the scripture where it says, who shall rise up for me against the evildoers? You know? Which is these people that believe in this world. Majority of our people. Alright? And the rest of these damn flunkies, man, the other nations, you know? See that again, huh?
Come. A wicked doer giveth heed to false lips.
Give heed to false lips. Who has those false lips? Who has the false lips? The devil, the deceiver.
Yeah.
You know? That's right, the false accuser of our brethren, man. This damn Edomite. Okay? All he's done is wreak havoc throughout this earth.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, I'm sorry. We just back, this is what we're talking about now. Him saying that there's not enough food and there's food shortages.
Right.
That's a false accusation.
False accusation.
You know? When you just read off the list of all these so-called chicks dying.
Bro, that's like not even scratching the surface, bro.
Yeah. Listen, it's under 4 months. All
Yeah,
these so-called actions is happening.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. It says, a wicked doer giveth heed to false lips,
Yeah.
and a liar giveth ear to a naughty tongue.
Yeah. So, like the scriptures say, as the king, so are the people.
Yep.
Right? So you people out here, you're a bunch of you follow the hypocrite and the liar and the devil, and that makes you lesser devils. That makes you lesser hypocrites. All right? That makes you like the one that rules.
This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 9. And the hypocrite with his mouth destroyeth his neighbor, but through knowledge shall the just be delivered. Yeah, so a hypocrite, who was the ultimate hypocrite? You saw Edom. You know, with his mouth he destroyed his neighbor. Okay? That's why he's going to be punished. Why YAHAWASHI, when the Lord returns to destroy his kingdom and deliver his elect.
This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 12. It reads, if a ruler hearkeneth to lies,
Right.
all his servants are wicked.
There you go. One more time,
Proverbs 29 and 12. Yeah. If a ruler hearken to lies.
If a ruler hearken to lies, right? See, people in America, you got these different, government officials that you look up to and you go to for answers, and they're the leaders of your communities and this, that, and the third, right? But where do they get their marching orders from? Where do they get their titles and their authority from? You see, they get it from the government. And who runs the government? All right, and the word government itself means mind control. You see, so a ruler that take heed to lies, right? Is that what it said?
Yeah. It says, if a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked.
All his servants are wicked. All of you people out here believing in America, we talking about you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. You out here running around, thinking everything is cool, everything is going back to normal. You don't gotta wear masks anymore, for the most part.
No, I said far from it, brother.
Exactly.
Far from normal.
Exactly. But that's the delusion, right? That's a delusion that these people are under this goddamn society, man. Under this rulership, under this government. All right. You see, you're deluded in your minds. Okay, and you're believing in lies. All right, and all this garbage. Go ahead.
Let me see. That was it. All right, bro. I got something back.
All right. This is Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 2. As the judge, I can read this. All right. It says, as the judge of the people is himself,
Right.
so are his officers. And what manner of man ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Exactly.
Right. So you got a retarded ruler, right? The most retarded of the elderly. You know what I'm saying?
He's a senior citizen.
He's a senior citizen with dementia to the 10th power. This is your ruler, and you actually have people that still support him despite him deteriorating before the face of this whole nation, man. Right? So he's a retard, and his followers are retards. Because why would you follow a fucking retard? Like a dementia patient, man. See? So, oh hell yeah.
Let's go, Brandon.
Right. But it's crazy, right? He's embarrassed. Like anybody, he's great then, man. But then you still have people that support him. Right? So the scripture says, I'll read that again. As the judge of the people is himself, so as the officers, in what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. We're living in a land of retards. America. That's what America is. That's why this place is rightfully, you couldn't name this place Babylon. There's no other name like that, man. There's no other name that can compare to this retarded land.
Yeah, that's a good point. Where's Babylon? What other country does Babylon belong to? Like, as far as the definition of the name. That's a good point.
The land of you people are confused, man. Now you go into the word Babylon, it goes back to the Hebrew word Babal, which means confusion. This is definitely the land of confusion, man. See, you just got kissing right here on the goddamn street, drinking at me. This place
Looks like a shadow.
this place is madness, man.
Shadow with white skin.
This guy is literally drinking a cup, pissing on the goddamn corner of the building. You got retards walking all up and down here. This is a land of confusion, man. You got men, you got women, you got men thinking they're men. I'm sorry, I said men
Thinking they're women.
You know what I mean?
Thinking they're men.
Right, this place
Well,
is
that's right,
crazy.
too. I think they remember they know. That's true, though.
See, this place is crazy, man. Like the apostle used to say back in still, apostle Paul used to say, this is Gabanzo world, man. Right? Bizarro, right? This is verse 3. An unwise king destroyed his people, but through prudence of men which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
Like, it's so funny because now everybody's wishing that they had Trump back. Yeah, we got so much beef with Russia.
Right.
Like, yo,
right.
But Trump is over, we would have had a little
right. But so few people. You still got people that say that, but it's very few that are willing to admit that.
Yeah, exactly.
The only people that are willing to admit that are the ones that have some intelligence, man. But the stubborn, the stupid, which is the majority of people on our side, the so-called Negroes and Tuesday, they will never admit that, man.
And that's like it, brother. As you was talking about the retarded thing and Biden and all that, I was thinking myself that Trump actually made a lot of sense of the shit that he did. Even though we understand his own control opposition, he actually made a lot more sense. And concerning how Esau wants his kingdom to continue to go, that would have been the man they needed. So if you want to play the game. Hey, gas was what? I believe they said there was a meme I seen. It was like $2 and change when he was last in office versus this guy right now.
It's never been over $5. It's never been over $5. Average. It's averaging $5 right now.
Right now,
economy's in shit.
where I'm at, it's 43. and certain places are not 499, 501.
You in the state where it's the cheapest gas.
Yeah,
Right. Right. I just paid. Last week I paid $4.70 something. This week, when I got gas, it was $5. I was like, what the?
I'll show you what I paid.
Oh shit.
I'll show the brother. What's up with PA? I don't know what the gas. Isn't it a little cheap? What's up with PA, huh?
Jersey.
PA, yeah. They got cheap gas. They supposed to have cheap gas in there.
This is what I paid, man. Where's the lens over there?
You got the yeah. Look at that.
All right.
That was the full tank.
Yeah. It was. I had like one more gallon to go. He's like, oh, it cuts off at 100. You know?
Yeah, that's part of the thing.
Not to mention that inflation is now at an all-time high.
Yeah.
Over 8%.
Yep.
So expect to see hyperinflation very, very soon.
And mind you, we only have 6 or 7 weeks left of it in the world.
According to you, so yeah.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because I was reading an article earlier this week that over in Ukraine, they destroyed 50 million tons of wheat.
Wow. Yeah, Dabu did a video on that.
Dabu did it. Wow.
I got
50
something.
million tons. That's a lot of wheat, man.
Yo, that's not a coincidence, man. That's why a lot of this food shortage is being deliberate.
Yep.
And there's another fire this week too. There's another fire.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course it is.
I got something. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 30.
The euro is starting to lose its value. It's almost as equal as a dollar, which it hasn't been for a while. Yep. Right? Because you had a lot of Europeans that would come over here that use the euro as a currency. They'll come here and they would shop till they drop. They would take advantage of the fact that their dollar was worth more. Right? I think their dollar compared to ours would be like $1.50 or something like that. So when they come here, $1.50 would be $3.
They lose money.
You get it?
They lose money in
Right.
trade while they transfer. Yeah.
But if it's multiplied, like that's just $1, right? But basically, now it's almost as equal to the dollar now, where they're not saving no money. But it hasn't been like that in years. That's just showing you the state of every currency eventually is going to start to fail. Yeah. Then they're going to introduce, just like the situation in Sri Lanka, what's going on in Sri Lanka. Yeah. The reason why they're rioting is because it's basically on their currency. Their money is starting to lose its value, the rupee or whatever it's called. Yeah. Well, that's what's stirring all those riots and the uprisings and the sedition towards the government. See?
Well, yeah, that's what can I say, Bilderberg or?
I mean, you said it already.
You said it earlier?
No, you said it. But I know you don't.
Yeah. But one of they had a Bilderberg meeting. I'll just leave it at that. See, but one of their bullet points, they have 10 points they go over and tell you what they're going over, which is not really advertised. But out of maybe 3 out of the 10, they actually is really the real deal. The other ones is to confuse the masses. Yeah, smoke and mirrors. But one of them, the bullet points was to destabilize world financial markets. So this is what the brother's talking about. How do they do that? By breaking down the dollar. Why would they want to destabilize world financial markets? Huh? Doesn't that lead to what the hell we've been fucking talking about, man? Oh, excuse me, what the Most High has been talking about in the Bible, man? Which is the C-Rock? Why? Because for all financial markets to fail, and we've been saying, start putting pulses on down, it would have to happen. Right, and that's why we just had in the news, breaking news with Jamaica. Oh, Jamaica, right? Yeah. All brothers doing videos that Jamaica is the first country to go into the the central bank digital currency. He said it's easier to do it that way.
Oh yeah, it's easy. Yeah.
You got figureheads like Klaus Schwab, Harari Duval. These type of guys bringing out the benefits, right, of this new central bank. Digital currency, being proposed in the World Economic Forum, man. All right, they didn't say this Edomite chick's name, but she said it flat out. She said we're trying to transition from regular currency to digital currency.
Hold on. When did this happen? What month?
Man,
in June. In June.
You know what I mean? So
So when are these other camps gonna come out fine? You know what I mean?
I gotta add on, brother. Paul Schwab, brother Yashawan brought it out. They're doing a European digital, called a chip, a digital chip brain implant program. I forget how it's said, but
project besides the other company, right?
Yeah. Yep.
They're actually ahead of Elon Musk too because of that brain system. But I got a quick scripture real quick. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 3. It says, "But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost." And that's talking about what 2/3 of our people, because we know the heathens are lost. They don't know what the fuck is going on. But 2/3 of our people are completely gone. It says, "In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not." And who's the God of this world? Esau, Edom. They're the gods of this world. They're the ones that the Lord has given all power to, to receive, to deceive the people, man. But the Lord said the deceiver is deceived of his. It says, "In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them." And 2/3 of our people don't believe in Hamashiach YAHAWASHI, man. And that's why they're going to be lost. All right? Because when you go to Isaiah 6 and 9, it says, the Lord said that, to close their ears and close their minds and close their eyes, lest they see and they be saved, man. So 2/3 of our people are not going to believe in Yahawah by Shem and follow the prophet of the great millstone, the true prophets. They're going to rely on Egypt, man. They're going to rely on this system.
That's why the Lord gonna kill their ass, bro.
Yeah.
You quote Isaiah 6 just now, right? 6 and 9?
Yep, Isaiah 6 and 9.
That's why the Lord gonna kill their ass.
And that's why, and this is the thing, Esau Edom knows that. That's why they're bringing about a famine, man. This is a structural famine. You feel what I'm saying? Because they know that if we cause this kind of chaos, we're gonna bring the solution. We're gonna bring that new, and then what's gonna be that chip. And guess what? People's gonna be okay with it.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna get like what they're gonna do, like the place in Sri Lanka. It's so bad over there. Once they introduce a solution, you're gonna have people that are gonna be more than willing to take that solution, right? Because you're gonna see the tour. You should see Sri Lanka right now. In an article I read, it said it's a prelude to what is happening here in America and all over the world. Right? Sri Lanka is one of the
It's like a Moabites, because I know a teacher from Sri Lanka. It's like a Moabite. It's crazy.
Well, a lot of them, they're sort of similar.
Right.
So Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse, like in verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast saying, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
The balances represents judgment, man. The great judgment is getting ready to take place in America. All right? The Lord is saving the best for last, man. That's what people don't understand. That's why people walk around here like zombies, man. The Lord is saving the place He hates the most, which is mystery virgin or the whore that sits upon many waters, mystery virgin or the Babylon, spiritual Egypt and Sodom. The Lord's gonna save the best for last, man.
Good, bro. It says, "And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny."
And just like the priest last week went into, I'm on the bar, what's a penny? A penny's a day's labor. And that's what it's going to boil down to here in America, man. You people are going to be working for one meal. So what's going to happen? People's going to go crazy. There's going to be sedition among men. What's sedition? It means uprising against the government, because they know what's going on is a awakening happening. These heathens and other people are waking up. So what they're realizing, all right, that the government has duped them, especially these rednecks, these patriots. They realize that they lost their country, man. They realize that there's a plan working against them. So what they're gonna do? They're gonna rely to what the Lord blessed them with, the sword, man.
Yeah. And people are gonna start to realize that the money is worthless when they start to run the banks. Why? Because they're gonna cut the power. And once that happens, food is gonna start going bad. They're gonna say, "Oh shit, I need money. We need money to go get food. Let me go to the bank, take my money out." That's not gonna be able to happen.
Yeah, hey, real quick, bro. Yesterday, I went to ShopRite, and they weren't accepting debit cards, credit cards but they was only taking cash and EBT cards, which taking EBT cards and not debit cards don't even make no sense. But in other words, I felt like it was a little exercise trial run for not having people accept. Who carries cash? Who carries cash? Nobody carries cash. Now, what can happen too is that most of these places have ATM machines in their place, right? With an X amount of money. Now, if everybody, these non-cash carriers, got to go and take out, that ATM is gonna run out of money. Now if they can't go to the ATM, like, damn, I only got a car. What the fuck I'm supposed to do now? You know what I'm saying? They maybe have to drive to go somewhere and get it. But I felt like as though that was an exercise because how could they take EBT, food stamps, or whatever, and not be able to? Because it's all a swiping system. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that don't make sense, but I believe it was like a little exercise. I'm like, yo, that's a little. The Lord was telling me like, yo, that's a little glimpse, bro, of what's to come.
It's like a census. They're probably trying to see.
Probably a census or something.
Right. See how many people. Yeah, how many people are major.
It was ShopRite by my way. ShopRite by my way. Yeah.
Finish this off real quick. It says, in whom, this is 2 Corinthians 4:4, in whom the power of the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. For we preach not ourselves, but Hamashiach Yahawashai the Lord, and that's what we tell you people, man. All right? When you go to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, it says what? Speak now in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth. We're not hearing our own accord. We're here by the Lord, man. All right? When you go to Revelation, the 19th chapter, 10 verse, it says that what? That the spirit of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. So you can now measure and find out who the real prophets and the false prophets are. Because the false prophets are not going to be prophesying. The real true prophets are prophesying.
Yep.
So the false prophets prophesy, but false prophets prophesy falsely. The false, you know?
Yeah, we're gonna skip into the kingdom, ladies and gentlemen.
Yup. La-di-da to the kingdom.
Yeah, we're gonna hit no hand.
Pass out flowers. La-di-da.
Yeah. Asked repeatedly about a question about Jacob Trouble. Nah, ain't to be no Jacob Trouble. Or, you know, whatever, man. They're gonna prophesy falsely. Yeah, America's gonna continue, man. We're gonna, just believe in Jesus and haha. But no, you got it. But what's really, but all these prophets are screaming. You see, this was happening. The prophets, the false prophets that are prophesying falsely, now people are people that they are false prophets. Why? Because now these prophets are screaming of what the true prophets been saying the whole time. Because why? You got the devil talking about there's gonna be famine of biblical proportion. You got the devil talking about there's gonna be blackouts because of energy crisis. All right, you got World War III screaming. You got the MOTB screaming more than ever before. So all these false prophets say, oh, because the most important prophecy is Revelation 13 and 15. All these false prophets are talking about, oh, it's a spiritual cut, it's this, it's that, it's that. But now you got Esau implementing in different stages the CBDC for different countries. So now, just to back you up, remember Biden a few months ago said, I don't know, it was the end of last year or beginning of this year. He said America doesn't want to be we don't want to be the last ones.
They want to last,
right, to implement the CBDC.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, so
exactly
like, right? And
now it's like how you had the space race, so-called.
Yeah.
Now that's what it is, though, bro. It's a race to see who can establish this first.
Exactly.
And
the whole world's doing it.
Everybody's doing it.
That's right.
You know, like you on a job and you got a crew. They said, listen, guys. You got the group meeting. Listen, guys. This is what we got to do today. I don't care how you do it. You get it done. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what's happening. That's why
it's a CBDC race. Well, I've said it right. Exactly what. Wow, that's exactly what it is. It's a CBDC race. Wow.
Yeah, China's already on it. Japan is on it.
Yeah. Because you know what's so funny in the article? They all list the countries that already have it. It's like, oh, it's like 10% has it so far, blah, blah. Now they add Jamaica. So it's like, it's a race. I'm surprised Jamaica had it first, you know? But, hey.
Still, man. I mean, don't forget about them smart cities, because that's pretty much the beginning. That was like the beginning blueprint of this whole system being implemented.
Benjamin is some ass kicking, bro.
Yeah,
that's why they fucking got it done so fast. There's some ass kicking. Not Benjamin. West Indians is some ass kicking. Benjamin is, but fucking West Indians is some ass for Esau. Yeah, okay, Esau, no problem. You do it. Fuck out of here.
Well, Levi too. I bet they're gonna be the next one. Damn, Levi. They fucking love Esau. Benjamin Levi, man. When it comes to Being cool, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Matter of fact, that might be the next one. They fucked up. I don't see. You know.
This is Ezekiel 33:33. It says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. Right? So when all these things start coming to pass, which a lot of them are starting to come to pass now, it's starting to be more and more obvious. Now you're gonna have a lot of people say, you know what, GMS was right. All these other kids, they were wrong, man. Because now you see the snake is starting to walk back the whole Jacob's trouble. He's starting to moonwalk out of the whole Jacob's trouble situation.
I saw a post or some kind of stupid post he always has himself. That's funny. Even with like something to the effect where it said, "What will you do before the time of trouble?" Or what do you do prepare? But it was like a poster. It's like, what are you going to do before the time comes? So, but it was saying like he's putting out fear out there,
right?
You know, come back to whatever. You know?
See, but
where was that? You weren't doing that before.
Right, ASAP was just speaking on it last night.
Oh yeah.
I didn't watch all of it, but he was hitting on you know, pretty much Jake, you know, getting into the exercise regimen and being able to make sure you can be mobile on your feet and all of that stuff. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was just like, see.
So why is this? But why they backtracking? Because the prophets is screaming that. But who's been sitting the whole time? The apostles. Wait, most of them.
Right, and when the apostles, when the apostles on down, GMS, one of the apostles on down was bring that out years ago, 10 years ago, 10, 12, 14 years ago. What did they label that conspiracy theorists, crazy people, fear-mongers, faith-based Israelites, right? When these are all things that were just written in this scripture, man. But they would try to cater to their audience and pander to them so they won't. They were just like the Christian church, basically. Man. That's all they were. When we were just bringing out the cold, hard facts through the spirit of Yahawah.
What verse is that?
Last verse.
Oh, is that 33?
Yeah.
I'll just start from the top.
What?
Yeah, because that tackles these idiots out here. If anybody can.
Right. Start at
because Ezekiel 33 goes into what happens when you don't warn your people. Okay.
That and that's what now a warning is not something nice, right? It's something that's dangerous, right? Warning somebody of something bad happening. And prophecy states that prior to the Lord returning, a lot of bad things are going to happen, man. But yet they want to label us a fearmonger. Well, you can label us whatever you want to, but it's prophecy.
I got one line for you. What if I prefer to be kindled? I got you. Because he said it. 12.
Luke 12.
Luke chapter 12, verse 40.
Meaning what? There's already going to be a lot of fire and hell and atrocities happening already prior to him coming.
That's a good one.
What the hell? What the hell?
Yeah, like what
the hell?
Read about. Well, we already know what they are. You know? They're a bunch of goddamn.
That man might have come into this man with.
Yeah,
might not.
Was he Benjamin?
Oh, Benjamin. That was Jake.
You got Benjamin.
It's like
Are you talking about that?
Benjamin Salaki.
He passed, by the way, so he in his right mind.
Oh, he still was. Spirit had him that time. Cut the hell out of Nate. Talking about
bringing back that DNA 12.
That's a Benjamin accent, brother.
Salaki been tried.
Don't get it, brother.
I'm along with a whole
Luke 12, right? Yeah. Luke 12, 49.
You could have taught, sorry, you could have taught Daniel 12 and 1 to them.
But basically we did.
Luke 12:49. I am come to send fire on the earth.
Right, fire on. This is a red letter edition. It will be in red because it's coming out of the Lord's mouth, man. So he's telling a warning of what's to come. Right? So he said what? Read that part again?
I am come to send fire on the earth.
Right, the Lord has come to send fire on the earth, man. That's literal and metaphorical speaking, man. When the Lord comes, it's going to be, when he comes, he's coming in a form, I always like to use this example, in the form of Thanos, man. He's coming in the spirit of, what's the other, dark side.
And those characters, by the way,
Or dark side. That was really making mockery of the Lord. Especially dark side with the red eyes and all that. Thanos with the purple skin. Purple and the dark skin. But anyway.
And what will I, if it be already kindled?
And what will I, if it already be kindled? There's already going to be a lot of hell, a lot of atrocities, a lot of bad things happening prior to him coming, man. That's all. That's prophetic, man. Y'all niggas ain't read Matthew 24 when it speaks about wars and rumors of wars. The love of many shall wax cold. I mean, that's evident, man.
Remember, that proves they got the 501c3 charter.
Right.
Because the 501c3 charter lists a whole bunch of lists or stipulations to say what you can and can't talk about.
Right.
And one of the main things you can't talk about, like an apocalyptic time is at the end.
The Lord's return.
The Lord's return. And the Lord's return about destroying Babylon.
Right.
Which means you can't reveal what Babylon, who Babylon is. Right?
All nations.
If you do, you got to curve it, you know?
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 13. Then said I, Lord Yahawah, behold, the prophets say unto them, ye shall not see the sword, neither shall ye have famine, but I will give you a short peace in this place.
Wow, that's it. Right to the point.
This is Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 13. Then said I, Lord Yahawah, behold, the prophets say unto them, ye shall not see the sword, neither shall ye have famine.
All right, now isn't that true? Is it not true? Well, isn't it true? I'll say that these literal words. Man, we just call it the Nate script, man.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 13.
That's the Nate script, man. I'm gonna call it the Nate script. Man, read that again. Isn't that true that Nate literally said these things right here? So what's the Most High saying? It said the Most High says something against you. Read again.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 13.
See?
Then said I, Lord Yahawah, behold, the prophets said to them, ye shall not see the sword, neither shall ye have famine, but I will give you a short peace in this place.
Yeah, and that's what he said on that show we were talking about. When he's talking to that Benjamite priest or pastor, whatever, and he literally said in his face repeatedly, right? No, there will be no Jacob's trouble. That's on video. And I'm on the board that a bunch of brothers did. I like yours, it's funny. And going into playing how he kept saying it,
Back to back.
and he kept going back and forth. You know? You know what I mean? You can't. He's a fucking liar, man. You know? And you best believe you would actually know. Well, I didn't. What I meant was, or what I said. No, you said it, man.
That's like you seen that video.
And the guy asked you 3 or 4 times, and he said, no, there will not be. He said literally, no, there will not be any Jacob's trouble.
And it's not getting. He got the nerve to say in the new video, the one he's talking about. He said, if you listen carefully, dummy, I didn't say there won't be a time of Jacob's trouble. I said, he said, I said at the time we weren't in a time of Jacob's trouble. Listen is an art. Listen is an art. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. It is an art, and we did listen, man.
And lying is an art.
It is a sin.
That nigga's a devil, man.
All right.
Then
From the top again.
with the blood, Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 13. Then said I, Lord Yahawah, behold, the prophets said to them, ye shall not see the sword, neither shall ye have famine, but I will give you a short peace in this place.
How is Jacob's trouble going to, pretty much come to pass? You know? Psalm 17:13. By the wicked, which is thy sword. Right? The Most High is going to raise up Esau, Edom, all right, to come down on the 12 tribes with great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. You know? And 2/3 are going to get caught up in that wrath. You know? So the sword represents this devil, man. You see? Go ahead.
Then the Lord Yahawah said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name.
Man, read that.
Then the Lord Yahawah said unto me, The prophets prophesy lies.
I'm on what you're saying. He said what? First he said on the video there'll be no Jacob trouble. And then in the other point he said, no, if you were listening, I said in that particular time, no man, he wasn't talking about that time, you idiot. So the whole time he's really talking about the time before the Lord comes.
That's right.
That was the time he's talking about. And we're in that time now.
And if that's it, so like,
yeah,
if
you
that's
got
the
it.
case, why didn't he clarify that?
Yeah, for real.
Well, no, right now we're not going to have it, but in the future, yeah.
Well, we talking about that particular day or that week.
He said we be carrying on like la-di-da, bro. Out of his own mouth.
This guy, yo. Yeah. He said the word la-di-da. This guy, man. And the people who believe in that fucking Nate Dogg, the clown, man, you guys are supremely idiots, man. You know, you're just like your leaders. Anyway.
Hey, those guys got bald heads and dreads on
You got to nerve to go to another church and say, you got a bald head, man. Look, you got dreads to your ass crack.
Right. Shape up, line up.
That ain't it, man.
Oh,
That ain't
shit,
it.
jokes, man. Oh, brother, straight.
Then the Lord Yahawah said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They prophesy unto you.
Back again, what?
It says, then the Lord Yahawah said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name.
That's right.
I sent them not.
I sent them not.
Neither have I commanded them.
Neither have I commanded them. Right? So the Most High is not dealing with anybody who says anything like that. The Most High is not dealing with any pastor or false preacher that says there will be no Jacob's trouble or no time of hell for these people on the side here. All right? If you go to church and they telling you there's going to be a prosperous future for you, your pastor's lying to you, man. All right? So the Most High ain't dealing with them. Thus said the Bible.
I send them not, neither have I commanded them.
I send them not, neither have I commanded them. Because why? A true prophet of the Lord will talk about Jacob's trouble. We'll talk about hell before the hell to our people before the Lord actually comes back, man. That's the pinnacle of the movie. Jacob's trouble, because the Most High, through his son YAHAWASHI and Michael Archangel, play a major part about saving the people out of Jacob's trouble, man. The salvation comes out of Jacob's trouble.
Neither spake unto them.
This is where we got to be saved from. Without no Jacob's trouble, where are we going to be saved from?
That's why his name is YAHAWASHI.
Yeah, he has to deliver us from the trouble. And the cherry topping is the nuclear missiles, man.
Right.
There's no trouble in la-di-da. What do you say?
Exactly.
There's no trouble, man. There's no trouble. You don't need salvation from la-di-da.
That's crazy.
It says, neither spake unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination and a thing of naught and the deceit of their heart.
Yeah, and that's it. The seed of their heart, because they got a bag. They get a certain amount of money a month. All right, they get a certain amount of they look at their account every few months. I mean all these the IUIC would just bring up point. Well, all these false places that carry the 500 charter, but in particular IUIC will concentrate on how many times they've been entangled in extortion and embezzlement, right? And calling people a pup and all these things that people who left because they found that they were getting played, man. They were getting extorted. That's the word. You know, they ain't nothing but a goddamn a racket over there. You know, that's what it is.
It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahawah concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed.
Again, please.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahawah concerning the prophets.
Looking mad, bro.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahawah concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I send them not, and I send them not, and I send them not. Yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed.
By what?
By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed.
I didn't hear you.
By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed.
That's right, man. So that's how you're gonna go out. I don't need to elaborate. The Mosai said by sword and famine, that's how you're gonna be consumed, man. So that we telling you, that's your destiny, man. IUIC and any other stupid ass camps, any other false church that's saying there's not gonna be any Jacob's trouble in the latter days, man. And it's already here. It's just gonna escalate. All right. So all you people smooth, like you were going to these smooth pastors, speaking smoothly on the Jake, and you're not warning our people, man. The Lord said, read it again.
God.
What's gonna happen to you?
God. It says by sword.
Goddamn prosperity preachers, man. Ain't no prosperity in the last days.
Exactly.
What the fuck we gotta be safe from?
Right. By sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed.
That's right, by sword and famine. We walked up in this camp, and brothers were going into extensively into the famine. Right? Brother reading an article in just 2 freaking months, man, of how many farms, of how many farms, how many factories, how many chickens have been euthanized, how many tons of gallons of milk have been poured out. Well, all of a sudden there's a bird flu, right? So we got to get rid of all the birds.
With the eggs.
We got to get rid of all the eggs. Oh, there's a salmonella amongst the cows. We got to get rid of the cows now. But what a coincidence! These are all foods. You know, all in the span of a few months, you're 9, 8, 50, 60, 70, 80% of your food is being wiped out. Now it's come to the point you only got 6 more weeks until this really hits people, man.
Oh, come on. I'm sorry, bro.
No, you got some spirit, bro.
I started with this article, so it's heavy on the topic. You just read it real fast.
By sword and famine, man. You got it.
Yeah, again, this is the article I started with. It says from the CNBC, all right, it says the world will face a severe food crisis and famine, Zelensky says.
Again, brother.
CNBC. And this is June 11th, this is today at 9 in the morning. CNBC, the regular news, anybody has access to it. You don't gotta do deep searching.
Yes, that's right. We didn't go to the dark web.
Yeah, exactly. So it says again, the world will face a severe food crisis.
Just like the brother said on CNBC, man. CNBC. Did we get it off the dark web? Is this conspiracy now?
Yup. The world will face a severe food crisis and famine, Zelensky says. And I'm gonna just read a few key points. It says, key points. Ukraine President Zelensky warned that the world will face a severe food crisis with Russia's war on his country dragging on, as he virtually addressed the Shangri-La dialogue in Singapore on Saturday. It says Zelensky told delegates that his country was unable to export enough food because of Russia's blockade at the Black Sea ports, which was preventing exports from being shipped to other countries. He said that Russia's war in Ukraine is a threat to the system of international law beyond the impact of his country. And those are some key points.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Now, of course, they're gonna blame everything on Russia.
Of course, exactly. That's what that whole thing is about, bro.
Yeah.
To blame it on Russia, bro.
Yeah,
That's all.
Right.
Hey, what do they do before they go to war with these countries? They set up propaganda against them to initiate war.
Right.
So it's all bullshit, bro. It's the stage, and Russia's the monster. See, it's because you guys were fucking started.
And Russia's doing the same thing.
Now the people are going to start to be okay with the war with Russia. This is the same thing with the weapons of mass destruction.
Exactly.
That they found out years later that they never fucking had.
Propaganda,
right? But it's to get the masses to agree with it, to be okay with it. That's what they learned from prior wars like Vietnam, like the Korean War. They didn't get the backing of, not like they needed, but they didn't have to deal with this protest against the war as many protests against the war like they did back then.
Yeah, the only truth in that article is that there's going to be a famine. You know? That's the point. And that links up, that's why Psalm of the Apostles, when we say, we bring up the scriptures, we're filtering the scriptures with these articles too. Or the articles are filtering with the Bible.
Yeah, bro.
You know, vice versa. You know?
Yeah, brother. It really is, when you look deep into it, it's good cop, bad cop. US and Russia. Good cop and bad cop. But everybody's in on the same shit.
That's right.
But somewhere along the line, Satan divided against Satan is going to cause Babylon to be burnt up. Somewhere along the line.
Right. That's right. And it all fits prophecy, man. Which the prophets are talking about and uttering, man. So we're pointing out that what? Like false prophets, they're not bringing it out. That's what this is saying.
Last verse. And the people to whom they prophesy shall be cast out in the streets of Jerusalem because of the famine and the sword, and they shall have none to bury them, their wives, nor their sons, nor their daughters. I will pour the wickedness upon them.
You see? So that's dealing with That's dealing with, see, the false prophet. You're going to be taken by sword or famine, and also your congregation is going to be taken by sword or famine. Then the Most High got detailed and said, your sons and your daughters, man. All right? While you were having while you having goddamn fashion shows, while all this is going down, while there's a so-called world pandemic. Let's say if it was real, you still having fashion shows and the so-called world pandemic with food crises, party Passovers. Come on, man. And this is all in the horizon, man. This is just build up of 2 days ago. This is been the build up. You brought out that information. That was from April and March. We in June, man. So this been going on. Time. And I mean, even the so-called lockdown, man, that's been going on for the past 2 years. This world has never been the same since 2020, man. March 2020. 2019, actually. Yeah, well, yeah. At the end of 2019. That's when it really hit. Right before Kobe's death.
If you don't mind, brother,
yes, you got it.
I'm gonna read some more of this. Yes, please. This famine that is being that has been prophesied about in these last days. In the month of March, right? There was March 4th, 2022. Okay. There was 294,800 chickens destroyed at a farm in Stoddard, Missouri. How much? Okay. And then on the same day, right, you had 644,000 chickens destroyed at an egg farm in Cecil, Maryland. And then on the 8th of March, 2022, this year, 243,900 chickens destroyed at an egg farm in Newcastle, Delaware.
You know what? I'm just thinking. If brothers probably remember, I remember when the lockdown first happened. Remember, brothers were sharing videos about there was a farmer who was coming out and saying that they were getting ordered to kill their, their chicken. And that was back in 2020, man. 2 years before all this shit. So that's been going on, man. That's just dawned on me.
The potatoes, the milk. Yup. All of that, bro.
You know what I mean?
Then you got 2 days later, on the 10th, 663,400 chickens destroyed at egg farm in Cecil, Maryland.
That's wicked, man. That's the devil.
Same day.
Wow. That's over 500,000, man. Brother.
On the same day, 915,000.
Okay, that's over
900 chickens destroyed at an egg farm in Taylor, Iowa.
Well, that's 1.5 million chickens in one day, man.
And there's more, brother. There's a lot more.
But just one point, like, goddamn. I mean, geez, man. This man's at harbinger of death.
You fucking bark, bro. Yo, bro. This is gonna be crazy.
The point I want to say is that, what's the scripture say about a man regarded the life of his soul? The life of his soul. Right? I'm about to go again?
A righteous man regarded the life of his soul.
Come on, man.
The tender mercies of the
are cruel. That's cruel, man.
That's cruel as hell, man. I remember I saw a picture. They had like a pile of fucking chicken, from here 20 feet up, man. A pit of chicken, man. I'm like, God dang it, man.
The Lord is speeding things up, man.
Yeah.
That's really all it is, bro.
Yeah.
See, this would have happened. The Lord is using it. That's the Lord speeding it up. See, Esau doing it, but Psalm 17, like the brother read earlier, the Lord is speeding this thing up. Like me and the brother talking, man. Revelation 12:12. Get that real quick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because C19 2020 thinks sped up. Brothers were saying that chariot that bigger than the earth or something like that. 2020, that was 2020, right? That's when Esau came with it, bro. And from there on, it was full throttle. So, hey, also 2nd Ezra 16 and 30 something. The place is set, yeah.
But you see what the masses of people don't understand, but we understand the each move, chess move that Esau does, the Most High is doing the chess move. So that's why, this is the reason why we want all these things to happen, right? Because we know that the Most High is going to make his move also. Well, the closer we get, the more moves they make, the closer we get to the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, and when we're understanding, like you just said, is absolutely on point. But what's so ill about it, that Esau's moves is the Most High's moves, though. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is literally playing chess by himself, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Playing chess by himself. He already know who's going to be the winning team. You know, so it's beautiful, bro. And, you know, fuck Esau, man. Little piece of shit.
Esau.
Yeah, bro.
This is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth.
Because the heavens are rejoicing, bro. Because even the heavens, the angels, right? The angels that are in the actual heavens, hey, it's going to be a beautiful thing when the book of Matthew 6, where it talks about that will be done on earth as it is in heaven, to have this whole dominion, bro. To have everything established in righteousness, man. You know? So the angels are going to rejoice because guess what? Revelation 19, they coming with them. There's angels that were created since the beginning, held back just to come and destroy this place. Certain death angels, certain spirits, what is
Created for vengeance.
Created for vengeance, that's right. There be spirits created for vengeance. So in the time of their wrath, they pour out that fury and appease the wrath of him that created him. So there's angels that's waiting, man. Like they're like, Lord, is it my turn yet? You know, just anxious, man. You know, for the Lord to come and F this place up. How much more us? Are we not angels? The scriptures call us angels, right? We're ready too because we know this ain't it. Fuck this, bro. To hell with these bodies, man. We go off when we sin. We ready to be like the gods, you know, the heavens and the angels. Come on, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, you got it.
That says Revelation chapter 7:1. It reads, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
Right, and these 4 angels are the angels of destruction, and particularly the thermonuclear destruction. It's going to read on. Go ahead.
It reads, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power.
That's YAHAWASHI. Go ahead.
And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, to have sealed the servants of the Most High.
Right, now, Salakia. Now, these angels are created for this destruction. It's not like the angels was about to destroy it, and the Lord said, hold on, don't do it yet, wait. It ain't go down like that. The scriptures is emphasizing how these angels are created for that destruction. And the destruction is ready already. That's what it's saying. It's already ready. But the Lord has his story getting played out to where we got to come out here and prophesy and look like fools in the sight of men, and the elect get raised up. And actually, like 2 Peter say, actually allow people to repent. Allow the elect to repent, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's about. Jake waking up, all right, magnifying the name Yahawah and Yahawashah on this earth. And the only way that can happen is by us preaching the word, man. So these angels are ready. Go ahead.
It reads, verse 3 again, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, to have sealed the servants of our power in their forehead.
Right, and that's the seal in Ezekiel. All right, the 9th chapter, about put a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for the abomination. The mark is exempt, is to be exempt from judgment. Now, going back to these death angels, when they get let loose, whether it's a famine, whether it's a sword, because when the Edomites raise up and start killing other Edomites or Jakes with the gun because of lack of bread, guess what that is? That's the death angel. That's a death angel on each and every last one of them. That death angel is going to say this: I'm going to pour my spirit out on these, and then they're going to do what they supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So all of that is coming, man. All of that is coming, and we see that one of the angels on the beast. You brought it up earlier in Revelation the 6th chapter. That's the famine, the black horse. That's a spirit of vengeance being poured out on the earth right now. All right, it's being poured out. We know because we've seen it. We line it up with the scriptures. But when people start dying, then the motherfuckers gonna be like, how? You know, what do you mean how? If you was paying attention, you would have known how, man.
I got you.
Yeah.
Talk about the spirits.
Yup, 19.
Sirach, yep. Sirach 39 and 28. It reads, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
Yup.
In the time,
Salakia, spirits created for vengeance, bro. There's actually, brother sent a link. There's a game people are playing called Death Angel, where they jump in front of moving trucks. But that's a Death Angel though. A Death Angel has to jump into your mind to allow you to do that. I'm not even.
It's like a new challenge.
Yeah, but
you know, but you know what? That's the Death Angel though, bro. You know, if you,
so
if
they
you
just died. So they just.
I don't know what the fuck they do, but they jump in front of moving trucks.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But that's the angel of death though, bro.
Yeah,
even you commit suicide, that's the angel of death that jumped on you, man. Those are spirits, bro. Yeah, bro.
Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance.
Yep.
Can I say one thing real quick? Now, one of the brothers did a video on it, and I downloaded the channel on YouTube. There's a lot of rangers in these like Amazons and forests, whatever, that's saying they're seeing like werewolves, bro. Real talk, like seeing like wolves that are 2 feet. That go when you get close to them, they're letting off a crazy smell. And he said they look like we're running like 60 miles per hour, killing bears. So when you read this, the new created creatures, a lot of people's gonna think for the beast that they're gonna see that Esau never showed y'all, man.
It ain't far-fetched. Esau does genetic splicing.
Exactly.
He does shit. He creates shit. He's a mad scientist. He's an abomination. If he could turn a so-called man into to look like a woman, who the fuck could say he can't create something like that?
Look what he did with the seeds. Yeah, they call them Vikings.
It is. That's what the guy said. Look like a lichen.
Well, that's what he does. He genetically modifies seeds. He fucking makes a fucking snake out of a rat poop.
Yeah.
It was a rat feces. Yeah, that's what human feces. Yeah.
It ain't far-fetched that likings or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But they had it just to, before I go back, to add to your point. Add to your point, there's an old movie in the 90s called The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah, I remember that.
With what's it?
I remember the name.
Marlon Brando? Is that his name? What's the dude in who played Godfather? That's Marlon Brando, right? Yeah. But yeah, he played basically was dealing with an island, and they had, I believe, basically like mixed animals.
Oh yeah, they call them chimeras.
Yeah, hybrid animals.
Chimeras.
And they actually have that. I don't know if it's called, not Jekyll Island, but I know there's an island out here in New York, off the coast of New York. They have a lab. Okay.
That's Jekyll Island, yeah.
Right?
And then there's another one called Montauk, over there by off of Long Island. Way off of Long Island, it's called Montauk. Remember one time you had a Montauk creature, it's like an 07, 08. Like a creature washed up.
Yeah.
They call it the Montauk Monster. Oh, yeah, that was from Montauk.
And you even got, not veering off what brothers are saying, things that Esau got going on, which we brought out.
Hybrid, I'm sorry, look.
That's the spirit.
That's the spirit.
that Esau be, trying to like create and, do things behind, clandestinely, behind closed doors, making pictures and shit. Well, they got patrols for zombie control. They got like cars. You seen that, right?
Yeah,
they got patrols. They got cars. That says zombie patrol on
It's
it.
a truck. It's basically like one of the Ford police trucks, all black, and they got in white with the hazardous thing saying zombie control, bro. Because we know it's
gonna get crazy. That's
now,
why
mind you,
go.
now mind you, we did an article. All of the article. Now the CDC has guidelines just in case for zombie apocalypse.
That's why I always believe for the longest that out of the Lord's mouth, out of the chapter of prophecy, when the Lord said himself, there will never be days like this before. And this, all the stuff we're talking about includes that. Where the hell have you ever seen zombies? Well, you have zombies now, but I'm talking about to the scale that we're talking about, infected and doing what they're doing, like they do in the movies, so to speak, in these days, man. And you got your own government admitting it now. Hybrid creatures. And why are all the biggest hits in all these movies coming out with these, the crazies? I Am Legend, World War Z.
28 days later.
28 days later. We going for days with these.
What is that? COVID 23 they came out with?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. You know, there's so many movies, man. Oh, the popular game, Resident Evil. You know? I mean, that you know?
There's, actually, I sent it to brothers in the news article, but they actually tested the first cure, a cancer patient on a cure of the cancer patient. In other words, they gave the first, exactly, there you go, that's it. That's exactly what I was getting at. So, they did that. They just did it, they just announced it a couple days ago. So, it was breaking news. First patient injected with the first trial of the cancer. I forget the name of the shot they call it. But there you go, I legend. Come on.
Yeah. Can I say one thing too? It reminds me, they have a drug called Flocka.
Oh yeah.
Flocka pretty much makes people become zombies. You see this video? We had this guy in Brazil. This guy,
the hospital, right?
Yeah, the hospital. He's all fucked up and shit.
Shot in the face.
Yeah, he was like, he was just looking weird. You know, his whole body structure was all backwards and shit. So walking all weird and shit.
Oh, they got saw that one.
Man, they got all kind of shit.
They said it was Flocka, but they could have gave him Resident Evil. Is it Resident Evil? One of the movies is based off of the Rage virus. In other words, rabies. It's rabies. They call it the Rage virus, but
that's 28 weeks later too.
Oh yeah, that too. Ellis documentary was going to that. But yeah, the Rage virus. So all you need is the fucking a high dosage of rabies in your system, and then you nuts, you rabid, RABBID, where you see a rabid dog in the woods somewhere, right? And a coyote or foxes and shit, and they just drool and they want to fucking bite you and just hitting their head against the wall and shit. That's fucking right. And their eyes change color, turn white.
And let alone all the stuff we're talking about, added with all the other stuff that Esau's been putting in, with certain metals in you, right? And the jump shot, where the movie South goes into that. You know, where
that's making people pretty much 5G dummies.
Yeah. So once they turn that frequency up on, goodbye.
Yes, you got Davis. Oh, you still got more.
Yeah,
right?
I got Revelation.
Okay.
And then we'll go to game.
All right.
So these are all the spirits that, you know, this is what the Most High is doing, man.
Yeah.
We in the last days, man.
That's right.
All right. So this says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In a time of destruction, depart their force and appease. Which means appease means peaceful, satisfied, and relieved. So again, which in the fury lay on sore strokes, in a time of the destruction, they part their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Woo, it satisfies the Lord. It satisfies YAHAWASHI. Now, see, the Lord is terrible, bro. That's what people fail to realize, man. When we see all this crazy, everything we talking about, and it becomes reality, YAHAWASHI is up in the heavens doing that, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? So appease, like you just broke down the word. So satisfied, man. The Lord's gonna be satisfied. Hey, like I sent you you said you did a video in there. I gotta check it out. But the brother had that dream where YAHAWASHI coming, and he said that the Lord was so angry. It was like he was malevolent. Malevolent. That was the word. Malevolent meaning one that's happy to do damage or injury to somebody. So the Lord was yelling with them chariots, man. Not the chariots, the missiles, just pelting them like somebody on a rampage, like a madman. You know?
When you told me, you said that he said the dream that he had, it felt like the Lord was in the
like he was in the chakra, read
in the missiles. Like his spirit was in the missiles while he was sitting down. Like you said, he was going in. Yeah,
exactly.
Like he was like the energy was really, it wasn't really the missiles. It was so to speak. It was really, you know, what Lord was talking about, but the way he explained it was the spirit of the Lord.
Like he had his force. Like he put his force in spirit.
Because when we see these vengeance, what's gonna make it extraordinary is that it's gonna be the spirit of the Lord in it. That's right. In it, bro. When we see these killers, that's what's gonna make it extreme, bro. It ain't gonna be no average church, even though the Lord do all of the massacres and shit. This is gonna be to the extreme. To the extreme, bro. I'll read it real quick, bro. This is a brother's dream he left on a comment board, which was bad, man. It says, I had a vision of the day of the Lord, and I tell you, I felt the spirit of the Lord upon the missiles. The spirit was so loud, it was like an insane, malevolent madman throwing a temper tantrum, and I saw some of them plummet into the soil, the earth, you mean, or the soil, as if they were thrown down with the furious wrath filled with rage. I witnessed missiles make a foundation of Babylon roll, ripple.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Let me just say something, man. Let me just say something, man.
Let me just finish, brother.
Okay,
like little tidal waves or little waves upon
angry as the broken asunder.
Yeah, I mean, like we know, like actually the scriptures actually say that. They actually say the Spirit of the Lord is going to be in the midst of us. And we always say it ourselves. But I mean, when you were telling me that and reading it, you know, it just hit me on another level, man. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like now, you know, that's what it is, man. That the Lord is going to be literally behind these missiles, man. And like literally having it, it's going to be really from Him. Not like we don't know that, but it's just, you know, how it is and it's true.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it is going to be Him really spiritually throwing them down, man. You know, He's going to be behind the missiles hitting the earth, man. You know, He's going to be pushing the force of the. That's why the scripture say they ain't going to break their ranks, man. You know? So that's heavy, man.
His arrows are sharp and they shall not miss.
Praise
That's bad news.
The points in the head, right? This is Zephaniah 3 verse 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, said the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the fray. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I might assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them. So, mind you, this is speaking about World War III, how the Lord is going to assemble all the nations in one place, right? The armies of the nation in one place. It says, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger.
And indignation. I remember Dawson Barr broke down a few years ago, which enhanced the Holy Spirit. Which indignation, if you think about it, comes from the word ignite. And when you ignite something, it's agitated, it's provoked. Just like you have ignition in your car when you start it, it starts ignition, the spark plugs. You know, they actually ignited it. When you start a fire, you have to ignite it, you have to provoke it. You have to be friction. So when it says the righteous indignation, that talks about the Most High's wrath has been provoked by wickedness, man. By wickedness. It's been agitated, it's been provoked by wickedness, man. So again, all the wickedness of Esau, the two, especially these people, man. You know? And look at the fucking people now, man. You got fucking bitches throwing water on people trying to prophesy. You got people these just act like a bunch of fucking demons, man. Blaspheming the Lord, man. Especially Esau. And especially our people, man. So you provoking the Lord, man.
It says to pour upon them mine indignation.
Mine indignation.
Even all my fierce anger.
All, not a little. All His fierce anger, man. All His fierce anger. And that's what America's gonna feel, man. All you people out here is fucking demons out here, man. You don't give a damn about the truth of the Lord. You're gonna feel the Lord's anger very soon. By famine and by death. And by a blackout that's gonna come out soon. And we ain't gonna feel sorry for you, man. Because we're out here, the prophet's out here, man. Telling you, warning you. Nas made an excellent point in the video today. When prophecy says to see, you people used to be afraid. You used to know the deal. Now the prophet's here, you have no fucking clue what the fuck's going on. You walk around like nothing fucking happening. When the prophets were around, people knew what the fuck was going on, man. They were filled with fear. Now look at you. We're in the last days, man. Because you ain't trying to listen to the prophets out here, man. Bringing out the truth. That's what the Lord's going to unravel His first anger on this place.
Right.
It says even...
Look at these zombies, man. There used to be a time when the prophets came out, just one prophet. The whole city would be, well, wait a minute now. You know? Now look at them.
You're not inquiring, bro.
This is why this place is going to be destroyed.
You know what you remind me of, brother? That scripture that says that gross darkness shall cover the people. That's exactly what is being exemplified out here. The gross darkness that covers you wicked ass niggas out here, man. All right? And I remember me and the brothers talked about it a few weeks back. We was reminiscing on our elders, like such as the high priest Elder Abba Bivens, man. All right, this is back in the early 70s, late 60s. All right, which we know who he is in the spirit, and he was out here telling you about that you are the Israelites, you blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, and that Esau is the so-called white man, the enemy. Ain't nobody was teaching that during that time. The Most High raised him up to do that. And here we are decades later, all right, telling you the same thing. All right? And look at how you niggas are conducting yourselves still, man.
All right? So there's a special judgment coming out here, man. I got something for you. It says, even all my fierce anger,
All his fierce anger.
for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
That's it.
Right? So America, parts of Russia, the scriptures speak about the earth shaking to and fro. Why? Because there's going to be so many missiles dropped. Mainly in this land right here.
And man, did the Lord open up our eyes just last week with some information, man? And we were talking, all those brothers we were talking about this. Russia just came out and said that 4 missiles can take out, 4 Satan missiles they have, can take out America, man. Easy.
Whole East Coast.
Two missiles.
Whole East Coast and West Coast.
We should make 4 total.
So you're right. So 2 missiles. What,
Two,
2?
yeah. Two for the East Coast, 2 for the West.
Man.
4 missiles can take out and wipe out America, man. But the Most High is going to lend out what? Over 200 million missiles, man. So what I'm on the brought out to the dream, with the elder brought out to the precept, man. This is the rage and ultimate rage and the wrath of Yahawah Shai coming on America, man. And it just dawned on this when we were talking. I don't know if we're talking on one or somebody. We're talking about going. It hit me. We're talking about when you cheat on when scripture talking about when you cheat or commit adultery on a man, and you can't be delivered from a man, a rage of a man, because of his jealousy. The water.
He will not spare the time of jealousy.
The water. There you go. Jealousy. Matter can you get it real quick, Brother Sean?
Get on Deuteronomy 4 and 24. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So that's the point, because it just ended it right there. The whole world's going to feel the jealousy of the Most High because upon the nation of Israel, man. Why? Because you cheated on the Most High, man. You worshipped other gods, right? You were the Most High gave you the laws, statutes, commandments. You were bound by the laws that He gave you. And what did you do? You worshipped the worst of all, man. Esau the devil. Right. You worshipped this motherfucker, man. When he gathered you and brought you to this goddamn country against your will. And exploited you and did what he did to you, the horrific stories of what he did to you in this country, and you still want to worship this damn devil, man? That's when you're gonna feel this rage of the Lord.
I got the Proverbs 6 and 34, and it says, "For jealousy is the rage of a man."
Yeah, and they like to tell you in these psychologist meetings and these group studies, so jealousy is a bad thing. No, it's not, man. No, it ain't.
That shit is great.
Because the Most High is jealous. He said he's a jealous power, man.
Right.
When you have a woman and she fucks your best friend, or goes behind your back, or you got a son and he calls someone else daddy and says he loves them, you ain't gonna be jealous? When you feed him, when you feed your son, when you work hard to bring food on the table, and your son's telling you he loves somebody else as his dad? When you work hard and you taking care of your woman who got kids with, and she fucks somebody else, you ain't gonna be jealous? What about the Most High?
Right.
The so-called blacks and Latino Americans, you are the Most High's people. He gave you the covenant. He don't got the right to be jealous. You're about to feel the power of his jealousy, man.
Yup, it reads on. For jealousy is the rage of a man.
For jealousy is the rage of a man.
Therefore, he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
And that's the day of vengeance is coming through his son, Yahawashi. Ain't no sparing in that day, dummies. All you black bitches, Latino bitches, Uncle Tomahawk bitches, man. Right. And you niggas too. And the niggas of Israel, man. That's right. The Lord ain't gonna spare you in that day. Because the prophet's been out here telling you and warning you. So that's it. Game over.
4:24, brother. Get on.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 24. That says, "For the Lord thy power is a consuming fire, even a jealous power."
Yeah, you're about to find out. This whole world is about to find out about the Most High through his son, man. And you're gonna find out in the worst way, through fire. It says in the Bible that you read, you stupid idiots, that you see cartoons of that perverted pedophile network Disney makes of Moses and Noah's Ark, not Moses, but Noah's Ark. You know, the whole world was destroyed by water. Now it's gonna be destroyed by fire. You're about to feel the fire of the Lord, man. Wearing your stupid mask, listening to a so-called white man about what sickness is, man. The Most High told you he heals. He kills and makes alive. And you dummies want to take a piece of beetle juice to make you feel better. While he's making money off your sufferings, dummies.
Yep.
That's where you belong, where you are, with a bunch of neurological fuck-ups in your head, man. Well, the cerebral palsy and all that shit. Again?
I was gonna say something real quick, even going back to the jealousy of the Lord, even Esau got something called passion of crime. And you get a lesser sentence because of the rage of a man, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Esau, even the devil, even has
Well, I got you. There was a story where a family.
Oh, yeah.
The car accident.
I was just thinking about that. You told me the story.
Yeah. There's a story where recently, man, under 5 years ago, there was a family and his kids. Yeah, two twins, and it was his family, his wife, whatever. And basically, they got in a car accident. They were hit by a drunk driver minding their business, and the drunk driver hit him so bad that the car split in half, and their sons were killed and decapitated. So the guy came out. I guess he was still body able, and he had a gun on him, and shot the drunk driver, and he was able to get loose. He was able to he wasn't really charged for that because it was under what you just said. That long,
I got something on.
Yeah, you got it.
Isaiah 13:4-5. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations.
From the top,
yeah, it's good. Isaiah 13:4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains. You're reading about the missiles earlier, right? So that the anger of the Lord, that's his vengeance. That's the vengeance of the Lord.
That's right.
That's the fire of his jealousy, right? See, the fire of the Lord's jealousy is going to be exemplified through these nuclear missiles.
That's right.
All right, the noise of a multitude in the mountains. What is the mountains? America, right? A high government, okay? Britain, a high government, okay? France, another high government, okay? Germany, another high government, okay? Because this is the what? This is the world. This is the what you call it? This is the beast, right? The dragon and the woman that sat upon the beast, right? The system. All right, that is ruled by this so-called white man, okay? The devil. So the Lord said the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people. You go to the book of Joel.
Go ahead, This is Joel chapter 2, verse 1. It says, blow ye the trumpet of Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Who's the trumpet? The prophets, man. Well, when you're looking at it, the hopeful elect. Starting with the spirit of Yahweh Shemashai down to the apostles, the sea tailors and on down. We're the trumpets and the mouthpiece of Yahweh Shemashai. So when you hear again, like it hit me when the elder was saying in this video, excellent point. Like there used to be a time when Jake, even when you were lost, but they still knew their heritage, so to speak. That when they saw a prophet, they knew the deal. The whole city was frightened, man. Now we're at a time where the prophets are here. They have no fucking clue. No fear of the Lord. There's no fear of the Lord. None whatsoever, man. And the point is that we're the trumpet. When you hear the trumpet,
it says, sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
There you go. See, I forgot even said that. So when you hear, see, that's what proves that the prophets are synonymous to a fucking warning. You can't call yourself a prophet and not warn the people, man. Nate, or you other false camps, you're not a prophet if you're not warning the people of time of trouble. And we telling you, there's going to be the greatest trouble, Jacob's trouble, man. The greatest trouble of them all.
In Amos it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Question mark. Go ahead, brother.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
That means if your congregation, if you call yourself a trumpet of the Lord, and the people aren't afraid, then you're not a real trumpet then. Because that proves the apostles are the real trumpet, because once we heard the word, the spirit of Yahweh Shema shall come through their mouth, we were afraid. Right. We truly repented. We came swiftly to these walls by the spirit of the Lord, man. All right? Because we don't want to be part and partake in what's going to happen, man. You're supposed to fear the Lord. Of course, we love, that's all part of it, reverence, but we're supposed to really fear the Lord, man.
Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahawah have not done it?
And
Surely
that's why we're not going to bug out. Because we're going to know when the Lord brings all this evil upon this place, when evil comes upon this place, we're going to know about YAHAWASHI. That's why the scripture, and the Lord had me meditating on this week, Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that times and the strength of salvation. The fear of YAHAWASHI is his treasure. And that's the treasure we're going to have in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. YAHAWASHI.
right.
That's what these people not going to have, man. A lot of our people are going to wickedness, saying they're atheists, believing in Esau, believing in the government, doing heavy witchcraft, but they're about to be had in derision, man. Because you're about to see a terrible demon-like power, Allah Shadja, man, come right back again. Because why? The fear, just like that spirit, that the fear of the Lord is not among his people. And the Lord's about to bring it back, man. Why do you think he's sending out his prophets? Hey, Habakkuk said, Lord, were you mad at the rivers?
Were you mad at the trees?
Were you mad at the trees?
Were you mad at the grass?
Bro, we want to be exempt from the judgment of the Lord. Yeah, I was saying to somebody yesterday, yo, listen, we're doing this mainly first and foremost because we're scared. We're scared. We fear the Lord. We're like, hold up, we see the judgment. We want no part of the judgment. So we're doing everything we can, you know, to appease the Lord, and hopefully the Lord will have mercy on us.
Right, because we're in the house of mourning, whereas they're in the house of mirth. See, when you're in the house of mirth, you're having fun, you're partying.
There's no fear.
You know, there's no fear when you mirth. Behind all that, they don't know that the Lord is sharpening that sword. He's making it wet. That sword, he's getting ready to slaughter 2/3, man.
Yeah, Judo talks about that. The sword is furbished.
Yeah, that it make
Let's bring that. He loves to bring that scripture out.
See, what you gotta understand is like the destruction. It's like a movie of a nation going against war against another nation that's settled upon its leads, that's comfortable. The missiles are likened unto what? An army of horses and the horsemen. And guess who's going to be leading the charge? The Most High. That's why he gave those scientists the blueprint to create what? The sword. Because guess what? Okay, won't make the sword. I'll come back for it. Comes back for it. Puts inside of what? An armory. Jeremiah 3 verse 25. Puts inside of an armory. The day of war comes, takes it out. Then he goes and leads his army. So what? That on the wall village. That city that's settled upon its streets. It's like. You were done?
Yeah.
All right.
Noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people.
Oh, it's like.
Yeah.
I was going to finish that. Okay. This is Joel chapter 2 verse 2. A day of darkness and of gloomness, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and the strong. There have not been ever like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
That's it. So even to the years of many generations, the days that are coming, nothing will be compared or be able to be compared unto the days of trouble that's coming, man. That's right. So go ahead.
A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
Right, because all these different nations are going to bend their bows upon America, Babylon the Great, and shoot their arrows to burn her with fire, man. Go ahead.
The Lord, YAHAWASHI of hosts, mustereth the hosts of the battle.
Lord YAHAWASHI of hosts, Yahweh of Sabaoth, Yahweh of armies, right? Mustereth the hosts, the armies of the battle. Go ahead.
They come from a far country.
Right, those intercontinental ballistic missiles, they don't come from a far country, from Russia, from China, from America's allies, to burn America up with fire, man. Go ahead.
From the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation.
Right, even the Lord Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation. What are the weapons of his righteous anger, his indignation? Those ICBM nuclear missiles. That's why it says in Jeremiah 50 verse 25 that the Lord had opened up his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. Because Because he's going to use those weapons to destroy the whole land of America, Babylon the Great. Because you see, he's going to lead 200,000, 200 million ICBM nuclear missiles, warheads over here into the land of America, Babylon the Great, as a king will lead his army into battle.
Mike, you just brought up earlier.
Everything that's
Said,
going to be
four missiles to take out America.
Right.
So, like when we're capturing into the spirit, that's, the Lord's going to totally obliterate this place.
Yeah.
Into literally power.
Yeah, because one Satan 2 missile is equivalent to what was known as the Tsar bomber. Now, the Tsar bomber was the first nuclear bomb that was created by the Soviet Union. It was said to have possessed a full yield of 100 megatons of TNT, but they had to cut it in half to 50. And a Satan missile holds about 50 megatons of TNT. So 4 of those can cause a lot of, pretty much never save the whole land, man. To destroy the whole land. See, to destroy the whole land. So the whole land of America, Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed by way of thermonuclear fire. That's why it says in Joel they're going to enter into the cities.
Yep.
Because it's literally like an army. You got to like really envision it, the noise of chariots. You're hearing the sound on the ground, the heavy shaking on the ground. Because that's what's going to happen.
Oh, it's horses. Range like horses too.
Right,
When
right.
horses in a group, they make
Right.
The missiles that was, it looked like an army of horses. They were like, and they was all the same, messing up their ranks.
yeah.
It looked like an army of horses. And they actually, it's weird,
When you hear army horses, it sounds like thunder.
It looked like horses, bro. The missiles look like horses.
Yeah. And it says they're going to leap over the mountains.
Yeah.
You got to like really envision they're going to leap over the missile defenses.
Because of what the hypersonic missiles,
Right.
missiles that
Yeah.
was.
Like a possible brought up.
They move like this. They going so fast. You can't. Them THAAD missiles can't fuck with that, bro.
Amen.
Hypersonic speed going like this.
Yeah.
You can't fuck with it, bro.
I got a quick precept. This is Revelation 16 and 15. It says, "Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garment, lest he walk naked and they see his shame." Point blank period. Like Apostle Hall brought out through the Spirit, that this scripture right here makes even more sense now that, not now, but the information and news that Russia and the hypersonic missiles and how it'll take what, an hour? Is it an hour or 30 minutes or an hour? I think it's 30 minutes actually, which is like roughly 5,000 miles plus 5,500 miles. 30 minutes, that is quicker.
I think it's like 25.
No, it's 6. No, I'm talking about the distance. My bad. It's over 6,000 plus.
That,
The
They can
hypersonic.
get here in 30 minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
equipment.
Oh, it might be less than 30.
Because
I'll look it up.
That stat was from like 10 years ago. Yeah, that was like 25.
Remember that speech that he made? He was like, listen, everybody be in the spirit before they can repent.
Yeah, because now these missiles are Mach 10, Mach 20.
That's fast, bro.
Pretty fast, man. Remember, Scripture says in 1 hour, so great riches has come to naught. Revelation verse 17. So it's in 1 hour.
And so, and me and the other guy were talking, we're making a point. I was talking about, we talked the same week they came out with the information for the Satan missiles. And then I was like, I said a point to say, like, damn, well, that's what we just know about. When, they can't let out all the information to the world. So they probably got something more powerful than the Satan missile.
Wait, you know what? Actually, look, check this out, right? It says all of the
They can get here quicker.
all of the intercontinental ballistic missiles in the world's nuclear arsenal are hypersonic. No, that's not. But anyway, the point is hypersonic reaching about 15,000 miles per hour. That's a lot. 15,000 miles per hour. So if you divide that by half, that's about 7,500 in 30 minutes. You know, hey, that's incredibly fast, bro. That is fast. Woo. God damn.
And if it takes one Satan missile,
15,000 miles? When you said 5,000 miles,
yeah, that's fast.
so that would be even quicker than that.
Yeah, like
Because if you're doing 15,000 miles, it'll cover half of 5,000.
yeah, that's
In a matter of minutes. Fast. Hey, well, that's why the scripture says it's going to go down the pipe.
yeah.
Hold on, were you done with what you had?
All right. I brought this. So this is Isaiah 19. verse 16. It says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women. And it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over. It says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women.
And that's why, again, I don't know where these, of course, what we do know where these dealers want to get their confidence from. The devil, a false accuser, because Bruce, where your brain's at, wisdom not given unto women. But why does the Most High always hearken to fear and the most pathetic emotion to a woman? All right? Read that again, Brother John.
It says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women.
Egypt represents America, man. In that day of the Lord, Egypt should be like on the women, all right? Because nobody fears like a woman does, all right? That's why the Most High says it. When a woman's afraid, a man can be afraid, but when a woman's afraid, she just shows it. Yeah. There's no containing a woman afraid. You know? Yeah, she screams. I always use this as an example, back in 33rd and 34th, when it would pour out raining, when it would be like a rain out of nowhere, people was walking around, who be fucking scurrying? Yeah. Thunder. Yeah, thunder. Yeah. It'd be like, running. The men would just be walking, but it'd be women running from raindrops, man, screaming. I just did a video the other day. We're talking about, I made a title called Finally, and who will suffer the most. It was really geared to the women, that in these days we're talking about the famine, the food shortages, the blackouts, and you women are going to suffer the most. And here it is, the spirit had it where a woman, his next door neighbor came over and said, oh, can you get this bee for me? It was a fucking bee. But just showed you that women are just scared of something they're 10 times more powerful than men. A bee, an insect, a spider. What about a nuclear missile, man? What about the famine? What about a big hairy eater might come with your door and with an M16 ready to blast your head apart, man? So in that day, Egypt, which is Babylon, right, is going to be what?
It says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women.
Yeah, nobody fears like a woman. That's what the Most High says. A bitch, okay?
And it shall be afraid, and fear.
Yeah, it should be afraid.
Because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over.
That's right. And what's that going to be? That's ultimately going to come in the form of the nuclear missiles. That's going to be the ultimate shaking of the Lord. Shaking of the hand. I told you.
Like the queen, like his brother said, like YAHAWASHI just missiles.
That's going to be on Judgment Day. And even before that, man.
Like all the hell that's going to take place. Yeah, there's going to be so much that we're going through all the things that are going to happen, right? There's going to be so much shit that has never happened before and never will be so crazy. It's going to be so crazy that people are going to know it's of the Most High. They're like, yo, hold up, this ain't. Remember, because the Lord said he's going to plague Egypt. He's going to curse Egypt with plagues.
First,
and just like before, right? Meaning it's going to be the shit that's going to happen is going to be on an apocalyptic level.
Yeah.
Where people are going to be like, hold up, this ain't normal, man.
Yeah.
And they're going to fear. I don't give a goddamn if you are atheist or what. You're going to know it's coming from the Lord, man. See?
Plus the Lord's going to bring like spooky or like apparitions.
Right.
You're going to know that it can't be no.
Right, this ain't no regular thing, man.
Now going back to what you were saying, how Mach 20 was actually right with the spirit. About Mach 20,
Mach 20, the speed of
the missiles.
Right.
Okay, so what I did was I looked up a missile converter, the Mach converter, so it does miles per hour value converted into the Mach number, right? So. Well, I'm on the bar. All right, so look, so it says 15, so we put 15,000 miles right per hour, right? So 50,000 miles per hour equals Mach 19.549805. So you round it up to, which is Mach 20, bro. Now we were saying this is what they're showing us. This is what they put in the article. Nobody shows you the biggest gun, bro.
Yeah. Can you convert that to miles?
Yeah. To minutes?
Yeah. Like Mach 20 for 6,000 miles.
Okay.
That'll show you how fast.
I got you. Okay.
The technology that we use today is really outdated technology that they're just using to, generate wealth, income, and all that stuff, to sell it. but really behind closed doors, they have super advanced technology, especially in the military. Where do you think all their money go? Why do you think they invest so much money into the military industrial complex? And now so more than ever because they're preparing for war against our Lord, which they're gonna fail, lose. Okay. Remember they tried to shoot a missile at a, at a chariot. Not a missile. They tried to do a missile, but a laser too. They shot a laser.
I remember one time they showed a video of them testing a missile. They just shot it into space. You had a chariot go around the missile, shot lasers at the missile like you see, but it was in slow-mo. It was going around the missile and it shot off.
And there's even accounts where a chariot blew up a freaking missile in the air.
So trouble.
You saw the trouble. So I like to always, so you see how these nations, they're doing their little war games and they're showing off their missiles to the other nations. Well, guess what? The Most High is doing these war games too by showing Esau and the other nations the power of his chariots, man. And just a little taste and snippet of it, man.
Hell, you know what? He's even putting it in the minds of our people. You got that dude, Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele.
Oh, yeah. That comedian?
Huh?
That's a comedian, right?
Yeah. And I always do, I'm into film and all that kind of stuff. So. Looking at that. Anyway, but he's coming out with a new movie called Nope, coming out with a new movie called Nope, and even putting it in the minds of our people. Who else came up with that movie? It was a Jake, all right. Coming out movie showing the power of the chariots and how they move and all that, man. Yeah. And let alone the words the chariot height.
Oh yeah, that's the joke you sent me.
Yeah.
Clouds. Okay,
and then what was your response?
Yeah, he come with clouds.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's coming up from a Jake mind, You know what I mean? So, hey man, the Lord showed you, man. Ain't no, and see, the thing I like about that movie, it really showed UFOs. You never really seen it that way before, but it shows kind of a glimpse how eerie and scary it is, man. And I like that one, and that touches a little glimpse of how eerie and scary the chariots of the Lord are. They ain't no happy little ETs coming by, man. Nope. Or any of these movies that show the chariots, man. It's gonna be more like, nope, man. And even on another level, man.
The mind of victory. Real quick, this is Isaiah 66:15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. They're gonna have fire again. The Lord is a consuming fire, They're gonna have fire.
And then it said to render his anger. Right?
Satisfied.
When I believe somebody can look it up, but the word for render means synonymous to satisfy, to fix, like when you render a garment. Right? So that's gonna.
Oh, 66:15.
Isaiah. Right? So it said to render his anger with what? With fury, man.
Yep.
Right? Showing you the anger of the Most High, man. And if you know the Most High is angry, so is his son, because they're in the same, they're in one mind.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so when the Lord returns, it's going to be a lot of chaos, man.
Yeah, they pierced him, man.
Oh yeah. That's the first thing it says.
Yep.
The Lord addressed that in the first verses of Revelation.
Even they that pierced him shall see.
Behold, he come with the clouds, and for the ones that pierced him. The Lord got that right out the way, man. That's the first thing the Lord's going to do, get them damn demons to pierce him, man.
Oh yeah, come. Niggas that wanted him pierced. Everybody that rejected his word, trampled on his word, his holy word. Come on, bro. Yeah, you got it.
Matthew 10:34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Beautiful. And that sword is that weapon again. Hey, Revelation 6 says to the red horse was given unto him a great sword. All right, and his job was to take peace from the whole earth. So that's his damn devil. That's the so-called white man. The Lord is going to use him to bring that sword, the missiles. Hey, what is that again, brother?
There you go. Peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Right. So the Lord ain't coming for to bring peace like the Christian church. Listen, man, if they was really teaching the truth, you niggas would go to church leaving scared every Sunday. But you going more dumber and docile than you did before. Thinking that come on, man.
that was it.
Yeah, that was all the
So Luke chapter 19, verse 27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
And there's gonna come a time where we're gonna do that, man. The men of the Lord, the prophets in the highways and byways. We go to Jeremiah 16:16. But we're fishers right now. But the Lord's gonna use those fishers, all right, to become hunters, man. All right. There's gonna be Ezekiel 9:4 come to pass. Micah chapter 5, all right, 7 and 8, all right. Where we're gonna thrust through, all right.
What's going on, Esau?
Perfect example, man. Hey, Esau's gonna be like a chase row.
No, thank you. Keep it. You're gonna need it more than we are.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You got it.
You more than 80. I hear you. That's right.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna be them hunters soon, man, because all these games people are playing, all these mocking, all right. The Lord's gonna turn us into a new shark dust and instrument having
Hey, Esau come trying to appease us. No? Esau trying to come appease us. His children shall seek to please the poor. We good.
Yeah, I got Can you read? I got that word
Isaiah
render.
66?
Yeah, because I knew it meant, but damn it, it's a little break. Put some stuff in it.
All right, I'll read it again. Isaiah 66 and 15, it says, For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebukes with flames of fire.
To render his anger with fury, and his rebuke is correction. Well, actually, rebuke means a harsh correction, right? Which is going to come by the missiles with flames of fire. According to today, we're bringing out the fire of the Lord, man. Going into the nuclear missiles, man, right? And we're going into the word render, which I know what it means. We know what it means, but this brings it out more. So render in the Hebrew is shawab, which means, check this out, it means to return, again, turn, back, away, restore, to bring, render, it says to recompense, to pay back, recover. So that's one thing I didn't really pick up on, you know. So the Lord's going to render, or he's going to recover, or it says withdraw. Just like now it says when you withdraw something out of your account, you're getting it back. Okay? You're getting your money back. All right? Requite. Okay? So it says, what it says to render is anger with fury. Right? So how is he going to appease his anger? How is he going to draw it back?
Fury.
How is he going to withdraw his anger? How is he going to return his anger back to himself? How is he going to answer his anger back? How is he going to deliver his anger? How is he going to recover his anger? Right? By fury. Okay? To turn back, return, to turn back, return. It says, so that's pretty much it. It goes on. To restore. So how's the Lord going to be restored? How is he going to be restored from his anger? To utterly obliterate this place, man, into goddamn powder by nuclear fire.
Yep. Next verse says, For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
See? Will plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. It also says to bring back to mind. So ain't just like just like that scripture hit me about the jealousy of a man. No one can. I can't remember verbatim. Jealousy is the rage of a man, and nobody can deliver themselves from that person, from that man. Right? Just like the jealousy of the Lord that he had upon the people because he gave us a covenant. Nothing can deliver the Lord's jealousy from what's to come. From what you've done to the Most High, to what you've done to the Most High, breaking the contract. Man. You cheated on the Lord, so the Lord got something. Man. The only way the Most High is going to calm down through his son is to utterly obliterate this place. Right. Were you in it? Were you in it?
Then it says with his blood. And it says and his rebuke and flames of fire. The way he's going to rebuke this whole nation, the other nations, rebuke 2/3 of our people is with flames of fire.
It says to reverse. You see? Nothing's going to reverse the anger of the Lord until this place fucking goes down. Yeah. So what is these other camp leaders talking about? What is your church talking about, man?
You guys are a little shit. Right? This is Isaiah chapter 63, verse 4. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, in my fury it upheld me. Right? That's clear as day, right? Going back to the fury of the Lord, going back to his fury. All right? Because Israel, hey, our people, us as a nation, and all the hell that we've been through, we're not angry enough. Right? That's why you got these guys that's pacifying Israel, or getting Israel basically to slide back into that American fucking way of life, man. Okay? Their hope is that America can come back. They're not hoping for the Lord to come back and bring salvation to Israel. Okay? So our people are not angry enough, man. All right? Even us back here, because we're the true servants of YAHAWASHI, right? His prophets, we're the ones out there that's bringing out the prophecies, but we're still in this flesh, and we still have a sense of compassion, so to speak, man. So it's the Lord that's going to have to put his anger, he's going to have to render his anger through us in order to basically annihilate all of his enemies, man. All right? So it ain't us helping the Lord. No, it's the Lord doing this all on his own, man. And he's going to use us to play a part of it, man. That's what's going to happen when we become hunters. Because right now we're fishing, but the Lord is going to have to put that spirit on us to go out there and hunt his foes, his enemies, man. All right?
Got something to do back. This is Isaiah 63 and verse 3. It says, I have trodden the winepress alone. And
yeah, well that's right. Hey, the Lord did it all alone, man. The Lord did it all, but that's the spirit because it was the same chapter.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
What verse?
Verse 4.
Oh, so that was the verse above. All right.
Right. But yeah, for edification's sake, you finish it.
Yeah, come on. So I'll just read the top then. It says, who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra?
Key word is Edom. And our people got a goddamn obsession with the so-called white man. They love the so-called white man, who is the devil. The nation of Edom is the so-called white race, man. These Caucasians, these Europeans, man. All right? You know, our people, they hate their own, but they love the so-called white man. You know? So, let alone, our anger alone can't bring this man down. It's the Lord who's going to have to do it, man. Because our people, they got an infatuation with the so-called white man. That's why our people trying to look like the so-called white man. They want to be like the so-called white man, right? Our women, here it is, they're naturally fruitful. They got the natural bodies, you know, big breasts or what have you, a curved backside, all of that shit. But they're still going out there getting their bodies manipulated. That's the shit that the so-called white women went into doing, man. All right? So they're only getting all that plastic surgery. Why? Because the so-called white woman is doing it, man. But they're doing it to try to be like you. They're doing it to basically try to be like you, man. Okay, so now our women, their bodies are over-exaggerated, man. And the shit is demonic. Okay, but the Lord is coming back to destroy white society, man.
Right.
Yeah, refinish that.
Yup, says, this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Traveling in the greatness of his strength. Right? The brother read Isaiah, the 65 chapter, said the Lord is going to come like with a whirlwind. Now, if you can see a goddamn tornado, that shit is uprooting and uplifting everything in sight, man. Anything that's in his path is destroying. All right? So that's how the Lord is coming back, man. That's how the Lord is coming back. He's coming back to destroy America. He's coming back to destroy white society, Western civilization, okay? That's what the Lord is coming back to do. And America's a prime target, man. That's why you got all of these global conflicts going on in the world, because America's at the forefront of it all. But guess what? All fingers point back to America. And them fingers are going to be in the fashion of a nuclear missile, man. Once the Lord gets done with this place. Go ahead.
It says, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in a wine fat.
Yeah, which basically is symbolic or metaphorical to what? All of the bloodshed that the Lord is going to commit in the society. See, the Lord ain't coming back physically to get busy on you people, man. It's not going to be a physical war. It tells you that in the Apocrypha, the 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. The Lord ain't coming back to get physically carnal with you goddamn devils, man. All right? Okay?
Shoot a fair one.
Yeah, come back and shoot a fair one, man. Okay? The Lord is going to destroy you, man. He got the chariots that's going to issue out laser beams and it's going to totally obliterate you. Simple as that. in other words, the fight is going to be an onslaught, man. Ain't nothing fair about it. Okay? You devils don't stand a chance with all this great technology you got. You know, all of these drones, and you know, your Air Force, and this, that, and the third. You know, what? Just last month they were sitting there parading their Navy fleet down the Hudson River, man. Yeah, because you had what's that shit that they have every year with the sailors? They come fleet.
Oh, fleet week. Yeah,
right? Then you got the Russian army. You know, these certain communist countries always marching their nuclear missiles, parading it all throughout the major cities. The Lord don't give a damn about all that shit. That shit ain't gonna do nothing to affect YAHAWASHI, man. In fact, the Lord is gonna put it in the hearts of men to turn nuclear missiles on America. And America's gonna launch their nuclear missiles at their enemies. So it's gonna be Satan casting out Satan, man. All right? Okay? And the remainder of you just gonna be totally annihilated, man. Well, in the process of this third world war, the Lord is gonna annihilate your armies, man. All right? Go ahead.
All right, it says verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I would tread them in mine anger.
That's right, it's all about the Lord's anger, man. Because like I stated earlier, man, Jake is infatuated with the so-called white man in these other nations. That's why they want to be a part of every philosophy, man. You know, I'm gonna be a Roman Catholic. Our people into Roman Catholicism. Our people into Arab religion, which is Islam. All right, our people are into Hindu, Buddha, all kind of bullshit, man. Everything except for worshiping the true power, YAHAWAH, SHAM, YAHAWASHI. All right. So the Lord is going to destroy the so-called white man who you Jakes uphold as a god. All right, ignorantly. You know, Jake ain't gonna sit there. They ain't gonna just admit it. All right, that they look at the so-called white man as God. Okay. But that's basically what you niggas do. You idolize the so-called white man, and you inspire to be like him. So the Lord is just basically going to tear down your biggest idol, man, which is the so-called white man, which is the devil, right?
Yep. Last piece says, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain on my raiment.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 25, verse, matter of fact, I'm start with 29. It says, for lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name. And we know that what? Jerusalem is a people for a place of so-called blacksmiths and Americans. And going back to Jeremiah 15:33, the majority of us are right here in America, in this land, right? It says, and should ye be utterly unpunished? Ye shall not be unpunished, for I will call for a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, the Lord shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. Meaning, because the Spirit has gone into how angry the Lord's going to be, man. The Lord's going to be angry beyond our imagination. That's why the Lord's anger is going to be upon us, man. We're not going to be we're not going to have the same minds we had when the Lord gives us that power. We're going to have a totally different type of mind, man. We're going to have a fortified, a stoic type of mind, man. That's exactly a stoic type of mind. It says, and utter his voice from his holy habitation, he shall mightily roar upon his habitation. Now, how's the Lord going to do that? Beat a missile, man. That's how the Lord's going to mightily roar upon his habitation.
My favorite part is a roar, which proves that, what? You think it's a coincidence the Most High likens the Most High, one of the attributes to a war? What war? A lion. That's why I said the lion to be sharp and Judah, man. The Lord came back to the lamb, and he was a lamb for the nation of Israel. And he's going to come back as his other attribute, which is a lion. All right? And again, like we all been enhancing in this truth, man. And that's why the Lord called to turn it up. A lion does not spare. You can't deliver yourself from a lion. You can't get, hey, little kitty, hey. No, you can do that with a dog or with a bear. You can be scared of bear, right? Well, not a grizzly one, but certain animals you can kind of scare them off, or do some kind of
shit.
But a lion, no, there's nothing you can do with a lion, man. Ain't no, you know, come on, little kitty, you know. None of that, man. So that's what, that's what it hits me. Like, you gotta imagine when the Lord came here, and he captured the spirit of a lamb, even unto his death. When the Lord was crucified, what happened? He need a a lamb when it's being sacrificed, it doesn't even study shows, it doesn't even
cry.
it doesn't
Yell,
cry.
make noise.
It doesn't struggle, it doesn't make noise or anything. That's what the Lord exactly did. He was getting spit on, beat on, whipped, all this stuff. He wasn't making any noise when he was going up to be crucified on the cross. Even Pontius Pilate, he barely got a few words out of the Lord when he was talking to him. He came with the spirit of a lamb. So you gotta imagine if he captured that, man, is he not gonna capture the spirit of a lion when he comes back? Apostle Cabral went into a few weeks ago, he's gonna roar. He's gonna do a war cry when he comes back. The scripture's talking about when a lion, what was, and Amos says, does a lion roar in the forest and doesn't, when we get there, I'm sorry. Would a lion roar in the wilderness with no prey or something like that, it says? You know? Yeah, so he's going to roar because there's prey to be devoured, man, which is the wicked. All right? It's Amos the third, like 33. Amos 3, 4, 5, 4.
Oh yeah, I got it. 3 and 4. This is Amos chapter 3, verse 4. It says, will a lion roar in the forest when he have no prey?
Again?
Will a lion roar in the forest when he has no prey?
Yeah, the answer is no, man. I mean, yeah, in some cases, whatever. But for the most part, the lion's not going to roar just to roar. All right? When a lion roars in the forest, he has no prey. The answer is no. When a lion goes out, he roars before and after the hunt. When he kills his livestock, he roars, man. Kind of like the same thing when King Kong beats his chest. You know, when he does a battle, he beats his chest. You know, when a man goes out to war, when you see in the boxing matches, when you be souped up in a fight, when you win that match, you start you know. When you win a championship, you duck with somebody, you start you know what I mean? The Lord's gonna do the same thing.
It says, I'll read it again. Will a lion roar in the forest when he have no prey? Will a young lion cry out of his den if he have taken nothing?
All right? And that's the point. To show you that the Lord is coming back as a lion. You know, that's what it says. Can you read that again? It said he's going to come back, what, basically Lord. And he's going to yell out that war cry.
Jeremiah 25.
That's an attribute of a warrior, man. That's an attribute of a lion.
It says,
which our Lord is. The lion of the tribe of Judah.
It said, he shall mightily roar upon his habitation.
Yeah.
He shall give a shout.
Yeah. Oh, hold up. This is his habitation, number one. All right? This is the Lord's habitation, number one. The whole universe is his habitation, man. And the Most High, and this earth is one of his main thrones. That's why the main scripture, like you stupid idiots out there, don't even get put together. It says right in the prayer that even, I'm always going to say, Serena Williams brought out in the tweet, right? That he's going to bring out, just like in Matthew 6 and 10. I'm not afraid of Barbados. Yeah, that will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Where are you dummies at with that, man? What is it in the heavens right now? Complete order from YAHAWASHI, man. Right. And everything is going to be in the heavens, it's going to be right here on earth. As it is in earth, as it is in the heavens. That will be done. So this is his habitation. He's going to claim his throne on earth with the power of the Most High. Like the elder said, this is his inheritance. And the men of the Lord are his joint heirs, man. So he's going to what? Because you're in this territory. When a lion sees another lion in this territory, we're not even talking about hyena, we're talking about another lion. They're going to war. Animals are territorial, especially lions we're talking about. So this is habitation, man. And you fucking with his prey, the nation of Israel.
Hey, I'm about to say one thing too. One of the main things that separate lions from other wild cats is that lions live in a community. Lions are societal. They're societal, man. All right? Though most other cats, like tigers, leopards, they're solitary cats. Okay, and that's one of the main reasons why the Lord chose a lion as his favorite feline. Okay?
Yeah, all right? They have a pride.
Yeah, they have a pride, which is basically a community.
And the lions are real.
And what is YAHAWASHI's community? The nation of Israel. Right?
Yeah, that's maybe because we're his pride. Right? This is supposed to be his pride,
Excellent point. It says, he shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes against all the habitations of the earth.
Yeah, so see, that's what we're honing in on, the shout. The Lord ain't gonna come out all quiet, hey, I'm back, and whip ass. No, he's gonna roar like a lion, man. It says that countless times in the book of Thessalonians, and he should yell out a cry, you know. He should roar upon his habitation. You know, when you get beat up and you're in a hospital, you gotta jump, and you see them two dudes, group of people beat you up, you're gonna wail when you see them asses, man. You're gonna scream when you see them again, man, and whip their asses, man. You ain't gonna beat up a quality. You say, I told you so much, you know. And you're gonna you know, and go crazy and ham on it, man. So the Lord's gonna be shot when he comes back.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. His anger is built up.
Hell yeah.
His anger is built up. As people, we react different ways or whatever. But that's what differentiates us from the Lord. The Lord got his own spirit, you know. And the Lord, no one has been more patient than the Lord, man. You know. So that's all built up anger that YAHAWASHI has to unleash on his people, man.
I get it. He's working probably right there. Let's see how it goes. Real quick, 1 Thessalonians 4:16, it says, for the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, with the trump of the Most High.
Hey, you know, Israel like to shout. We got history of that. The walls of Jericho, man. You know? Me personally, I love shouting. While I was playing ball, I dunking your ass. I'll go a little too crazy, man. One time I think back, I was going a little too crazy. Like, yeah, bitch, boom, go to alley-oop. Yeah, bitch. I was like, damn, I think back, I was a little too hyped.
You know what shouting do? It boosts up your adrenaline. Boost up your adrenaline. That's what warriors, before they get in the war, what they do a warrior's cry. To get that boost of adrenaline, to get that boost, to wipe all that fear out. Because when you shout and when you roar like that, it boosts your adrenaline and it wipes out fear, bro.
It puts fear in your phone.
It puts fear in your
like a war cry. Because I got the word shout, that's how I went to it. It says, in the day YAHAWASHI shall rise first. So now when you go to shout, you know, the Greek is G752. The word is order. The meaning is an order, command, stimulating cry, either that by which animals are roused and urged on by men. It says as horses by charioteers, hounds by hunters, or that by which a signal is given to men. Example, rowers by the master of a ship, the soldiers by commander. So it's like a war shout, like a war cry. You know, when the commanding general, I don't know what the fuck it's like, I'm about to say Hana, but anyway, you got the commander in the forefront, and he like, ah! And everybody, you know, the whole army comes through.
That gets you amped up too.
And guess who's his army? The chariots and the missiles. Because the missiles going, and the scripture say that on 2 Peter 3, because they gonna give a noise too. And in Isaiah 9 it says it ain't gonna be like the old battles with confusing noise, but it's gonna be
fuel and fatal fires.
Yeah, current. So that's gonna be more noise. That's gonna be noise on top of noise, bro. Noise on top of noise, man. The chariots, YAHAWASHI, and the missiles, man.
Right.
Nobody gonna be able to. Hey, you said the Navy thing on this weekend. I be hearing some of them joints passing over the house, bro. You can't even hear yourself think about a little bullshit ass jet that you still got, man. It be just like, I'm like, what the fuck? Sound like a damn missile. Imagine a missile, man. I can't say the size of a missile, but.
Hey, that's why the scripture say a tumultuous noise.
Exactly. There you go. Right.
Right. There you go.
I got a precept with this. This is Revelation 18:4. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Right? Because the plagues that's going to take place here in America, the cherry on the top end is going to be those missiles, man. As well as the chariots of the Heavenly Father shooting lasers out of, those chariots, shooting all over all over here in America, while simultaneously delivering out the elect, man. It's going to be total chaos, man, when the Lord returns. right? There's going to be missiles getting shot over here, missiles from chariots, right? Also, it's going to be, the lasers from chariots. It's going to be also it's going to be chariots delivering the elect, right? So you might see a 2/3 see an elect get delivered from a chariot. They're like, oh, what about me? The same chariot come by and zap his ass, man.
Well, that's what it said. Two shall be left. Two shall be in the field. One shall be left, and one shall be taken.
There's going to be total chaos. Hey, oh wow. So the same chariot might deliver somebody and then zap somebody. You know what I mean?
You know what that remind me of? Remember the Nike commercial? Yeah. All hell was breaking loose, and then you see the one elect get beat up, and it said
that was crazy. I can't believe
it. He was beat up, and everybody's like, "Yo, what's going on?" And there was a zombie apocalypse at the same time. That was
This was before 2022. I think this was the same year before 2019.
I still can't believe they put that word elected in.
It was legit.
That was crazy.
He said, "Be your leg."
First pair of Nikes on, bro.
And there was another one. No, that wasn't Travis Scott. It was a Latin chick. It was a Latin chick. But there's another one with Travis Scott. I think he was on the roof with his daughter or his kid or something. And I think he got beat up. The chariots was over him. I think he got beat up in one of them shit, bro. Show you that you saw no, man. You saw no that we the children of Israel, man.
So Revelations 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
Right.
That's the spirit, because we read that earlier. Revelation 12 and 12, right? 12? Revelation 11 and 12. Oh, 11? Okay. We read 12 and 12. Let me read that part again.
So it says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither.
Right.
And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
Right, and that's speaking about the deliverance of the elect, man. Right, just like this is Solomon's first chapter. Yeah. Right, if somebody wants to get that. Right? I'm telling you, the scriptures speak about this deliverance is going to far exceed our last deliverance, which our last deliverance from Egypt is still talked about. It's still renowned, man. Centuries later. But this deliverance is going to trump that, man. Well, I'll get that one. Okay.
I got something real quick for you.
Right,
just because you mentioned the deliverance in Egypt.
Right.
Exodus 15 and 15 and 16. Right. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed. Dukes of Edom shall be amazed. The mighty men of Moab, trembling shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt away. Fear and dread shall fall upon them.
See, so Esau, the leaders, the so-called elites of Esau, they're going to be afraid, man. Right? Because they know their time is finally, their time of rulership is finally over. Job, what's that? Job, 14th chapter speaks about that. Right. The bounds that they cannot pass. You see that? So their time is through, man. Right? Their time is through. Go ahead.
Fear and dread shall fall upon them. Right. By the greatness of thine arm, they shall be as still as a stone.
Right.
Till thy people pass over. Oh, YAHAWASHI. Till the people pass over, which thou hast purchased.
Right. Speak about the elect, man, because they were purchased from the foundation of the earth, man.
It shows that's going to be a second Passover.
Oh, that's right.
You know?
Yeah. That's gonna be like you're right, brother. You know, that's gonna be the highest holy thing. I got
Exodus
15, right? 15 to 16.
I got that one you were talking about. I said it's gonna outdo the first. Oh, you got it? Jeremiah 16 to 14. Therefore, behold, which behold means to look. Okay. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, and it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Right, because that was speaking about our first, which is still renowned, is still spoken about centuries later. That was a marvelous, just think about it, the sea split, and they walked upon dry land.
Right.
See, that was
if you see that today, that would still be. Yeah. If you would see that today, in this time of technology now, that would still be the top. That would out-trump any technology today. Right. seen a man split a sea open. Before we dry like there's no water.
Yeah, like so that means when Israel, not like those thousands of Israelites, right? When they were walking, it was like dust coming up. Dust. And they see, and they're between a wall of sea, wall on this side, wall on that side. You can see fishes, you know, see fishes blow up. I mean, that was a marvelous act, man. See, I mean, the play. I ain't talk about the 10 plagues.
Yeah, that's sort of like
Yeah.
They got the tunnel. Right. They got this side. It's fish swimming on that side.
Come on, man. And I ain't even going to the place yet. But that's still world renowned. But guess what? This deliverance for the people on that side, so on Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, this deliverance is going to far exceed it, man. Right?
I'm thinking about the kid and pills.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the kid and pills?
Yeah. What?
It says, therefore behold, the days come, said the Lord, and it should no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands where he had driven them.
Right, it said from the land of the north and from all the lands which he had driven them, man. Meaning, part of the curse is what he driven us out to the other lands before he scattered us throughout the four corners of the earth. And that in the land of the north is none other than what? North America, man. Right? Go ahead.
But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Right, so it says again into our, meaning we were once there before, and he's going to bring us into that land, the land of Israel, man. Right, so that's our true, that's our home. It's not here in this disgrace of a land here in America. Okay, why would this be our land? Why would a land of our captivity be our home? Be our home when the scriptures speak about the Most High destroying this land, man? Right?
This is Amos chapter 9, verse 14. And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build away cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They shall also make gardens and eat the fruit of them, and I will plant them, this is the point, and I will plant them upon their land.
That's Amos, right?
Amos chapter 9, verse 14.
Oh, that's you, man.
Yeah. Okay. And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land.
See, so this is it. This is the last time we're gonna leave our homeland, man. Right? Which means again, this is our last captivity. Right? Right, so read that part again.
And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land, which I have given them, said the Lord.
Right, so no more will we get, so no more, so hold up, know that what the nigga said, Esau's gonna take over the kingdom of
Dark side. Dark side, yeah. Dark side.
Dark Vader. Elder Vader. Elder Vader said that bullshit, right? What the hell? That just took that, man.
Lord of Orders.
Huh? That's why he's black. He's black, right? He said, that last part?
It says, and I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land which I have given them, said the Lord Yahawah.
There you go, man. Right? So we're going to finally inhabit our homeland, and that's when the kingdom, that's where the kingdom shall be established, man. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Right. Damn no, it's for sure not here in America. Right, our homeland is the land of Israel.
Because sometimes we so used to speaking to the Israelite community.
Right.
Sometimes you do have a new guy that might listen. You know, so things like that got to be stressed. Got to be brought out. You know, you got to continue on saying that Edom is the white man.
Right.
You know, the land, our homeland is Israel. You know, you got to
even though these things seem repetitive, but there's a reason for that.
Right.
You know, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, our homeland is Israel.
Yeah, not Africa.
No, damn sure not Africa. Damn sure not this. This damn sure that's
The book of Matthew, St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. You want to iterate on it? Right? It says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light.
Right, so after the destruction, the moon and the sun are not going to give their light because everything's going to be destroyed.
Which is talking about the tribulation. You know, that's going to come here to America. Right? During that process of time. The time of Jacob's trouble. Right? It says, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
Yeah, because during the time of Jacob's trouble, the Lord is going to cut off all knowledge and understanding from of the streets and the inland concerning His word. That's what the moon and the sun represent. Okay, right.
And the stars represent the nuclear holocaust. Okay, it says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
Right, and then shall the tribes of the earth mourn. All the nations, they're going to mourn when they see the appearance of the Lord YAHAWASHI. Because when He returns, He's going to return with a sword to render His anger and fury, and His flames of fire.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
With power, those chariots. In Revelation 19, Revelation 1 verse 7, 2 13. And they're going to be afraid.
And He shall send His angels with a great sound of a trumpet.
Right. So the Lord's going to send His angels that are going to be in the so-called YAHAWAH throughout the earth to deliver and to gather the elect, the nation of Israel.
And they shall gather together His elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
Right, so the elect are going to be gathered from the four winds. All across the earth is elected together. We pray that we are the elect, because the goal is to be delivered. Okay, that's it.
So, and the word elect means chosen. All right, so that shows you that the Lord ain't coming back to save the whole goddamn world. Right? He ain't coming back to save everybody. That nonsense that they teaching in the churches, them pastors in the churches, they don't know the Bible, right? Okay, and if you got any other Israelite out there that's teaching the same shit that they teaching in the churches, don't follow after them, right? Right? Because those are false prophets at the end of the day. The Lord has a chosen few people that He's going to deliver from this destruction, right? All right, that's His elect. And the elect is only out of the nation of Israel. Right?
Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, save the Lord YAHAWAH, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
Yeah, 2 parts, or the 2/3 of Israel, they're going to be destroyed, man. You know, these jakes out here that want to follow after the American dream, American philosophy, being homosexuals, being adulterers, being into idolatry, being wicked in general, all right, in continuance with the disobeying of the Lord, statutes and commandments of the Heavenly Father, and proudly promoting, all right, 2/3 of Israel, you know, they're going to be destroyed. Yeah, like the biggest promoter. Yeah, the biggest, the poster boy of all wickedness nowadays is the so-called black man. You know, the so-called white man is the battery in his back that's pushing him to do it, but they're using our people as the main influencer to promote wickedness and evil, man. All right? And then in turn, they go around and try to curse our nation to the Most High. Yeah, they want to blame us, man, for being wicked. But paint us in the light as being the people that are wicked and disgraceful, man. Okay? But 2/3 of our people, they're living up to that stigma or that stereotype, man. All right? So 2/3 of our people going to be destroyed.
And right when you're saying it, it's hit me. And we're the same ones that build the America, man.
Yeah,
not build it standpoint, but build it up with less materials, but also society.
That's right.
You know, in any scenario, whether it be sports,
architecture, literature, you know what I mean? And then in the same breath, they want to, you know, put it down, you know? That's a true definition of a false accuser right there, man. A devil, you know? I mean, he's dead. You know? So that's the devil, man. You know, because everything you see around you, you got to thank Jake for, man. So I'm talking about the stoplights, the peanut butter, to when you go on a computer, you know, as far as your computer processor, so to speak, the first heart transplant surgery was through Jake. There's so much more, man. And yet in the same breath, they push it like the other one just saying, you know, they're blaming us for all this stuff that's going on in society. That's a true definition of the devil, you know. And he's all behind there, orchestrating, you know.
It says, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein.
Talking about the elect of the nation of Israel. 1/3 of our nation is going to Israel. All right? You have 144,000 to the prophets of the Lord, and you have the 1/3, which the 144,000 is a part of the 1/3, right? Because that's the elect that's going to be delivered. All right? So less than half of the nation of Israel is going to be making it to the kingdom of heaven on this trip. Okay? The majority of our people, they're going to be destroyed. All right? That's why we don't go out there promoting that the Lord is going to save all black people. Because we know the Lord ain't coming back to save our whole nation, man. Okay? At least not on this trip. All right? Because 2/3 of our people are too wicked. It's to the point of no return, man. Okay? You got grown men that basically manipulated their bodies, man, becoming transformers, so to speak, man. Okay? The only way they can repent is if they put a goddamn bullet in their head, man. Okay? You go back in the spirit world and you'll be right back in your righteous state, man. Okay? But we're not going to sit here and go back and forth with you, teaching you the Bible after you done chop off your goddamn rod, man, and got breast implants. Okay? Ain't no deliverance for you after that, man. All right? The Most High is going to destroy 2/3, but the elect is going to be delivered, man. Go ahead.
I will bring the third part to the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried.
Yup, and we're going through it. Let's believe it, man. Brothers are going through it. We experience temptation every day, man. Okay? That's part of the trial. That's part of the trial. Because once you come in this truth, Satan is going to tempt you to go off, man. See, 2/3 of Israel, they already off. So Satan don't get no kicks out of trying to get the 2/3 to do some stupid shit. They already doing the dumb shit, man. Okay? Once you come on this side, right, you wake up to the fact that you're an Israelite, you wake up to who your true power is. That's when you become a target for Satan, man. All right? That's when the devil and his minions, they home in on you and try to get you to go off, man. Try to get you to go back into the world, man. So we're experiencing that every day. That temptation and them trials, man. You know, brothers have lost their jobs, brothers have lost their women, lost their kids, lost their family, man. Okay? Lost their homes. All for what? For the sake of worshiping YAHAWASHI and serving the Lord, man. All right? And who threw all those curveballs and darts at us? That was Satan, man. We understand that. That was Satan. But through the end of it all, the elect is going to keep their integrity, man, and keep their dignity, and the Lord is going to have a reward at the end, which is basically salvation, man. All right? And that's basically what we're looking forward to, man. Okay? That's what we hope for at the end of the day. Right? We don't hope for America to bounce back and recover and all that shit. Like 2/3 of the civil wars out there, man. Now, we hope for bigger and better things, man. For our Lord to come back, for us to be right with YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, so we can rule over our enemies and get some real justice, man. Okay? All right? That was it on that. We'll speed that up.
It says, I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say it is my people, and they shall say the Lord Yahweh.
Going back to the name of the Lord, man. The name of the Most High is Yahweh. His son's name is YAHAWASHI, man. All right? That's the name that we're going to call on. The scripture said we're going to call on his name, man. All right? So anybody out there saying that you don't know the name of the Lord, or the name of the Lord wasn't given unto us, or we have the wrong name, for instance, they don't know what the hell they're talking about, man. Those are non-believers, man. Okay? Because the elect has been given a name. All right? Last one. Go ahead. Earlier. That's right.
St. John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you.
That's right. That's plain and simple, man. Okay, we didn't choose the Lord, right? Most of us was back here doing whatever the hell we wanted to do when we was in the world, man. Before we came into this truth, you know, we didn't inspire to come out here and become prophets and speakers teaching this word, man. Okay, so we didn't choose the Lord, man. So you got like the black woman, she, oh, you know, I chose to accept Jesus into my life. Like, dude, like, who the hell are you? Who the hell are you, man? Some goddamn black cunt that has been ran through. You know, by yeah, exactly. Exactly, man. The black woman is single, but she chose the Lord, right? Yeah, man. Okay, that's right, man. So it's clear as day, you have to be chosen by the Lord, man, to be of the elect. All right, you don't choose. You can't will yourself to be the elect. All right, that has to be the will of the Most High to make you the elect. That's why back here we hope that we're of the elect. We say we're the hopeful elect. Okay, that was it.
You have not chosen me, but I've chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain. That whatsoever you shall ask of the Father in my name, He may give it to you.
Gun, there you have it, man. So the elect is going to be doing whatever it takes to push this word out, man. Not no taking hiatuses, taking breaks, okay, and coming out to do the work whenever the season is right for them. Okay? All right? The Lord ordained us to go out here and teach this word, man, and bring forth fruit. And since Apostle Tahar, every brother could back me up on that. Since Apostle Tahar came in his truth, he ain't take no break, man. And he's been constantly harvesting fruit for YAHAWASHI. And we following in his footsteps through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, because we believe he's a man of the Lord. All right? So with that, we're going to end it on that note. Say shalom while we're rocking to you, brothers. All right? And Lord willing, we'll see you next week, man.
Right, all praises to Yahweh.
All praises to Yahweh.
Shalom to your leg.
The Papa Ball.
Shalom.